Yo, beat a bomb. What's the word? What's the word? Gun to your head, spit a Birdman verse. We're not doing that with Birdman. We're not doing that, bro. We're not doing that trend with Birdman, bro. On God, we're not. Yo, Taja, thanks so much for redeeming first. I appreciate you, bro. We're not disrespecting Birdman's legacy, bro. You just don't, Taja. You just don't know about Birdman because you're a baby, bro. That's why. That's why you don't know about Birdman. We're not gonna let the younger generation act like Birdman is like on the same level. Who do they do that with? They be doing that with DDG. Who else? We're not putting Birdman on the same level as DDG, bro. We're not gonna. That's what we're not about to do, bro. How's everyone feeling? I hope everyone's doing well today. Been a minute since I checked into the stream. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for checking in as well. I appreciate that. But yeah, I hope y'all are doing good. Got a lot more Pokemon stuff to talk about today. You know what I'm saying? Give me a DDG verse. Now you know damn well I don't listen to no DDG, bro. Oh, brother. Like, no, bro, I do not listen to DDG. I'm just saying, we're not about to put Birdman on that same, you know what I'm saying? That's what we not doing. Oh, I did the link wrong. Oh, I sold, bro. I sold, chat. Start doing makeup, really? What kind of makeup you wearing, bro? What kind of makeup you've been messing with, been experimenting with? Bro, I need a clip and paint my nails too. I haven't done my nails on a hot one, chat. Damn. Damn, it's been a little minute since I did my nails. I gotta fix this, what's it called first, bro? I gotta fix this, this post here. Put the damn colon in the wrong spot in this link. Okay. Cool. But yeah, bro. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. A lot of Pokemon Champions drama. People are very concerned that it's gonna be pay to win. Give me a steel and fire type Pokemon. Steel fire? Steel fire. That's a good question. What is a steel and fire type Pokemon? Is Iron Moth steel fire? No, Iron Moth is fire poison. What about There's gotta be one. There's gotta be at least one, right? Wait, what about Heatran? Is Heatran Steel Fire? It is. There we go. There's your Steel Fire type Pokemon, bro. It's Heatran. There you go, Tatai. Heatran is Steel Fire type. Boom. Start doing Gothic style and listening to Gothic bands. Leaning more into emo, but there's a thing I've been planning on doing. Not sure if it has a name. That's cool. Heatran like the only Steel Fire type? Steel Fire type Pokemon. Heatran is the only one? No way. I didn't think Heatran was the only Pokemon. That's kind of bananas. I thought there had to be more than that. But anyway, let's do the Pokedo real quick and then we'll get into the app session. I got a lot of stuff I want to talk about today. Lots of like tweets and new information and stuff like that to go over. So, you know, let's make Heatran be our guess of the day, by the way. Let's do that. Okay, it's not fire or steel type. It is a stage 1 evolution and it is fully evolved. And it's from a later gen than Gen 4. Stage 1 and fully evolved. Let's guess Iron Moth just because I guessed Iron Moth before. It is from Gen 9. I feel like it's probably got to be a Paradox Pokemon, right? It is, yeah, because Area 0 is its place. So let's guess, what about Iron? No, it can't be. Maybe Iron Hands? It's not Iron Hands. How about, Loki, back when I first checking into Sevv streams, I was calling makeup styles and painting nails zesty. Now I got my views on that has changed. W improvement? Absolutely. Absolutely. W character development arc. I love that. See, be more open-minded, bro. All these things are fine. All these things are fine. It's not a big deal, bro. People are like, oh, this is zesty. This is zesty, bro. People will call anything zesty. Just have fun and live your life, man. Pawmi? No, it can't be Pawmi. It's got to be a what's it called? It's got to be a Paradox Pokemon. How about Screamtail? It's Screamtail, isn't it? I knew it. Let's go, chat. Screamtail was the Pokemon of the day. This looks like a Stunky to me. Yep. Stunky. In its true form, it possesses a huge amount of power. Legends of its avarice tell how it once carried off an entire castle to gain the treasure hidden within. Carried off an entire castle to gain the treasure hidden within? I'm trying to think about Pokemon relating to money. Carried off an entire castle? What about Goldango? Not Goldango. Carried off? Speaking of Pokemon, this girl asked me what my favorite Pokemon is and randomly drew it for me. She's been talking to me a bunch. Ooh, okay. Oh yeah, well at least y'all got something in common. You like Pokemon. I'm trying to think. Avarice means greed, right? Extreme greed for wealth and material gain. Okay, yeah. What about I'm trying to think about what Pokemon love money. Meowth loves money, right? It's not a Meowth. It's Psychic Ghost type. Psychic Ghost type. Ghost type. Loki, I think Gliscopod is tough. Gliscopod is a pretty tough Pokemon, actually. Yeah. Goldango. See, I guessed Goldango first, and it wasn't that. Hey, Hypixel. What? I'm trying to think of a greedy Pokemon. Psychic Ghost? And its habitat is the desert Badlands? A Pokemon that lives in the desert and is incredibly greedy. In its it says its true form. Is that is Hoopa a Psychic Ghost type? It's Hoopa. No way. Nice. Okay. Cool. This is a what is this Pokemon called? Dragalge. Nice. Let's go, chat. We banged that out again. Very easy, very simple. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, man. there's a lot of stuff going on in the community at the moment. A lot of people upset about things. How did I not know it was Hoopa? He was one of my favorites. Hoopa's a crazy Pokemon. I love Hoopa. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on, chat, but I figured, you know, why not start with the good news? Pokemon Pokopia is only a few days away at this point. Today is what, Monday? So it comes out on Thursday. We're like 3 days away from this game coming out. And currently, I guess all the review companies have gotten their review copies, and Pokopia is the highest rated game of the year. And not only that, it's the highest rated Pokemon game of all time, ever. That is insane. So they got a 100% rating from Gaming Bible. They got a 90% rating from IGN. Metro Game Central gave them 90, and 4P.de also gave them a 90. Its overall Metascore is 89%. That's crazy, and it's still not even out. It's only March 2nd right now as I'm recording this. So the game is still 3 days away. Here's some more reviews from more companies. Silicon Era gave them a 10. Screen Rank gave them a 10. Tech Radar gave them a 10. Screen Hub gave them a 10. CGM gave them a 10. VGC gave them a 10. Like, that's bananas. The only the only rating they got less than a 9 was from Nintendo Live, who gave them an 8. This game might be game of the year. And apparently Gaming Bible thinks the same thing. They said Pokemon Pokopia is quite simply perfection and a major game of the year contender. It earns a perfect 10 out of 10 from us. That is unreal. 10 out of 10 rating is so crazy. So Pokemon Pokopia looks like it's cooking up to be a really, really great game. There's been more features revealed over the last few days as well. I think I just dropped a video about a few things. I talked about the Rotom, the DJ Rotom, allowing you to control your soundtrack, and I talked about them adding cooking and other mini games like Prop Hunt. But we got some more stuff to go over here. I feel like GTA 6 gonna beat it, but then immediately after GTA 6 comes out, its reviews are gonna tank. Maybe you might be right. I don't know. I feel like the demographic who GTA 6 is mainly marketed for, I feel like they're more likely to be like, yo, this game sucks, like, as soon as it comes out. I feel like games like Pokopia, even though it is a Pokemon game and we're aware of how Pokemon fans are, I feel like the community behind Pokopia might be a bit more supportive. Yo, Dwayne, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, bro. So there's a bunch of tweets here I found from the Hidden Power podcast. They said Pokemon Pokopia has references to Ho-Oh, including rainbow feathers and burning feathers. Could this be an indication that Ho-Oh may join in Pokopia? So we already saw in the trailer that Raikou is in the game. So if they were to add a whole bunch of legendaries to Pokopia to serve some sort of purpose, I honestly would not be surprised whatsoever. But we got a couple more things to go over. Sorry. They said Pokemon Pokopia will feature Dream Islands that work similarly to Mystery Islands in Animal Crossing. Shake your dreads, I got you. I gotta take my twist out in a couple days. So Drifloon will take you to a Dream Island where you can gather specific materials and obtain new recipes and items. Dream Islands can only be accessed once per day. So it's gonna have a similar function to Mystery Islands in Animal Crossing. This looks like it's cooking up to be very, very similar to Animal Crossing. Like, I already know that we already thought it would be, but I think it's gonna be more similar than we originally thought. But also they found the screenshot. I don't even know where the screenshot is from, to be honest. Maybe like one of the showcases or something. But it looks like there's gonna be some special outfits that you can have for your character. I was already not really a fan of the clothes that we put on, the clothing options that we've seen for the little Ditto characters. But listen, if they got a Team Rocket outfit, I will never change my outfit again. Never. I would love to have this outfit. It looks so fire. I'm incredibly excited for this game. But then also it says that in Pokopia, pictures that you take in the Pokédex will show up on the start screen, which is just such a cute addition. I think that's real nice. It looks like in this picture, there's like Pokemon like detection, like when you use your camera, which is very interesting. And then there's also a developer island tour video coming out tomorrow. So I guess some devs will be sharing and showcasing an island made by some of the development staff. So that's going to be super exciting as well. If you guys want to see me do a reaction to that, then we could probably do that. You just got to let me know. Good evening. Oh, hey, Kali. What's going on? What's going on? They said you're going to have to go through the whole story mode to access online. Is that true? I hope not. I hope not. Pokopia's going to be so peak. Listen, I think so too. But it looks like, you know, as of right now, things are pointing towards Pokopia being a massive game, potentially even a game of the year. I can't remember the last time we had like a Nintendo published title as game of the year, and I don't think we've ever had a Pokemon game as game of the year. So I'm incredibly excited. I'm very, very excited. I think Pokopia is going to be really, really great. And we will be streaming Pokopia on Thursday, day one, as soon as the game is available. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm gonna upload this little discussion, this little talk on my YouTube channel. So if you enjoyed the video and found it informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you can become a card-carrying member of the Sevv Syndicate. And let me know your thoughts on Pokopia and if you'll be playing it on day one. Thanks so much for watching. Peace. All right, chat, so I'll upload that later. What if Pokemon has a shadow side thing like Yokai Watch? I don't know about Yokai Watch. What is the whole shadow side dilemma? What is that? I'm not really sure. I don't really know about that. What is that? Gotta search it up. Oh, is this like a season of the anime? Is the shadow side like something in the anime? Yo, Mr. Lee, what's going on? It's nice to see you. And Jibanyan got this crazy looking form. I don't know anything about Yokai Watch actually, chat. Wait, there's a lot of games for Yokai Watch. What in the world? Why are there so many games? Just Dance Special Edition? Wait, what? Yokai Watch is so tough. I've never heard of this before. Well, no, I've heard of Yokai Watch, but I've never seen it. What? Is this game for the PlayStation? It is for the PlayStation. Yeah, I've never played any of these games before. What? That's crazy. I'll have to look into that. But I got some more stuff that we can talk about today, actually. Pretty sure Yokai Watch is big in Japan and overseas, although it's like canceled in America. It's canceled in America? Whoops. Feeling better? Much better, yes. How about you, bro? I know we were sick at like the same time. You feeling good? Oh, what is that? Ooh, why are you looking like that? Feeling smooth, just cold? Bro, that's fair, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it was like minus 20 degrees today. God, you guys thought that was devious work, bro. That cold was, I had that cold for like 2 weeks almost, bro. Gosh. Now you looking crazy though. What in the world? But we got some stuff going to go over regarding what if Pokemon had shadow side forms like that for real? That would be kind of crazy. And the thing is, people have been talking. I just been keeping my eye out on rumors and stuff like that lately, but they've been talking about some sort of like gimmick in the new Pokemon games and Winds and Waves called what is it called? Called Majin forms. So you never know, we might be able to turn Pokemon into demons in his new game. Who knows? But in any case, we got some stuff to talk about regarding Pokemon Champions. A lot of I don't know if I want to say drama, but like a lot of people have been like, yo, listen, like the monetization system for Pokemon Champions is like super egregious, and you know, they're just going all in on the microtransactions and they want your money every month and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna be sitting here defending the Pokemon company necessarily. I just feel like people are not really looking at this the right way, if that makes any sense. I don't feel like people are like, I feel like people are maybe slightly confused about the way this is gonna work. So we're gonna talk about it today. We're gonna talk about that. I feel like people, in the nicest way possible, are sort of blowing it out of proportion, and I feel like they just don't really understand what it's really about. So we're gonna talk about that. Would you rather get hit with a Kaioken times 20 Super Saiyan Blue all out Kamehameha or Ultra Ego nearly beaten to death Vegeta's Big Bang attack? What? Either way, I'm like gonna die, bro. I'll at least, I guess I gotta go with, wait, no, I'm fighting Ultra Ego Vegeta most definitely, because Ultra Ego Vegeta gets stronger the more damage he takes. That is how that works, right? I'm fighting Ultra Ego Vegeta for sure. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Kamehameha would evaporate you. That's what I'm saying. What chance do you have of surviving that? He said nearly beaten to death Vegeta's. Oh, brother. Either way, you're dead. What? Either way, you're gonna die. But anyway, basically we have some threads going over everything that we currently know about Pokemon Champions. So I'm gonna go over all that stuff first, and then we'll talk about why I feel like it's sort of being blown out of proportion and it's not as bad as people might think it actually is. So here's the thread here. To start things off, there's gonna be a starter pack, which is a one-time purchase that you can that'll give you bonuses. So 50 extra box spaces, increasing your 30 free box spaces to 80 box spaces, and then I guess you get some trainer music, some soundtracks, and then 50 training vouchers. I'm pretty sure training vouchers are going to be used for teaching your Pokemon moves and potentially upping their IVs. I'm not really sure how that's going to work yet, but we're probably going to find out more about it as we go through the thread. But basically the way scouting is going to work is every 22 hours, you can refresh the Pokemon selection in the scouting area slash banner, similar to a gacha. And then you can recruit Pokemon permanently with either 2,500 VP, which you can earn in game, or 1 scouting voucher. And then they said you can use 1 quick coupon slash VP to refresh the scout earlier than that 24 hours. So I guess you'll get one for free every 22 hours. And then you'll also have the option to refresh it earlier with VP or quick coupons. So then going into training, it said you can use VP slash training vouchers to train your Pokemon. So training vouchers will be used to change moves, abilities, stats, and natures, and will have different costs according to this little legend right here. So training slash scouting vouchers and quick coupons can be obtained mainly through missions in game. So you're not gonna have to pay for them. I imagine they're probably gonna give you the option to pay for them. But then that'll just push you above whatever you're able to gain in game. So basically changing a move will be 100 VP, changing natures will be 200 VP, changing abilities will be 400 VP, and changing stats will be 2 VP per stat point increased. I'm not exactly sure the rate at which you're gonna be able to get VP in game, or like how much they're gonna give you permission. But essentially that's how much all of these different things are gonna cost. So moving on to box spaces. So we already established we're gonna have the 30 box spaces to start. The starter pack will give you 30 box spaces, and I'm not really sure about the subscription service that they're gonna have, but it's also gonna further increase your box spaces. I'm not sure if it's temporarily, as long as you are signed up for the subscription, but it's gonna increase them in one way or another. So they say we don't know about increasing the box spaces, but if you can with the starter pack, maybe there are missions and ways to increase it for free. And then they said looks like there will be a held item section as well. So moving on to the membership that I talked about earlier, the membership will give extra box storage and team slots, and they'll give you additional missions, and you may receive gifts, and then they'll have extra battle music as well. And this is what I was wondering about as well. I was saying that the way they should lay it out is in the same way that they do the Pokemon Home subscription as well, that increases the amount of boxes and slots that you have. So then again, the game will have a battle pass, and there's like a season battle score that you get from ranked games, and then premium battle pass will give customization items, Pokemon Mega Stones, etc. And they said Mega Stones and other rewards can also be obtained with VP in the store. So it looks like they're not going to be restricting anything to any sort of paid service that they have. So there's not going to be anything you can get with the paid services that you can't get by just earning it in game, which is good. And then here's another note about VP. VP can only be obtained in-game by playing ranked battles and events. It cannot be purchased. It can be used to train and scout Pokemon and more stuff in the store, such as Megastones. No confirmation about IVs, but I think now we know more information regarding IVs. We'll get to that in a second. And no confirmation about Pokemon banners either. And then I guess more information could come at any time. But moving on though. So this is about storage limits, which we just went over. But here's more information regarding IVs and EVs. So Pokemon, regardless of the level, I guess, that you import them to the game with, and the level that you recruit them with, they're going to be at level 50 in battles no matter what, and they're all going to have perfect IVs. So it says up to 32 stat points can go to any stat. Stretch at it to sneeze. So they said up to 32 stat points in any stat, 66 stat points total. So to convert it to the old EV system, 1 stat point is equal to 8 EVs. So this changes the way that EVs are going to work now. So essentially, Pokemon can have up to 256 EVs in any one stat and 528 total. And then here's the new formula. I'm not gonna freaking I'm not gonna delve into this, but EVs are just not a thing anymore, essentially. I know that people were really concerned about this making Trick Room not viable anymore. But everyone is gonna be on the same equal 31 speed EVs regardless. So you won't have to worry about having 0 speed IVs in order to outspeed Pokemon that don't have a perfect 0 in speed under Trick Room, essentially. So I don't really think that's going to result in any change regarding Trick Room. But this is essentially what the training model is going to look like for this game, and the monetization is going to look like in this game. This is just the thing that we went over earlier. Yeah, this is the same thread. But the reason why I feel like people are sort of taken aback by the base 30 slots and are saying that what am I trying to say? Are saying that this monetization model is like super egregious and whatever. I feel like people are thinking about this in a worse way than how bad it actually is, essentially. You're gonna start off with 30 box spaces to start, but there's also Pokemon Home compatibility, right? So you're gonna be able to have a total, if you do have the free Pokemon Home without the subscription, you're gonna have a total of 60 slots between Pokemon Home and between Pokemon Champions. And I think that results in a total of 10 teams. So 60 Pokemon slots. I'm not really sure if lending Pokemon from your Pokemon Home to Champions is gonna take a slot, because then I guess you wouldn't have the full 60. But I don't really see why it would do that. I feel like there should be a way in game to categorize them as just like a rented Pokemon that shouldn't be stored in your box. Where do you have to get hit with an all-out Kaioken ×20 Mastered UI Dragon Fist? Bro, can he even use Kaioken in Mastered UI? Goku somehow does it. I don't know. Also, bless you. Thank you. Or get hit with a Soul Punisher mixed with Ki Blast spam from Mastered UI / Ultra Ego Gogeta. Well, given that Goku and Vegeta's power level increases when they fuse, I think I'm gonna have to go with the first option. But either way, that's not something that you're surviving. That's not, you know what I'm saying? You're just gonna die. That's just not real. But anyways, back to what I was saying about Champions. I don't want to come across like I'm defending this billion-dollar corporation. But I think that people are just not thinking about it in the right way. Assuming that Pokemon Champions is not going to consider the Pokemon that you lend from home as Pokemon that need to get stored in your boxes. My train of thought got fried just like that. Hello, Pixel. But assuming that Pokemon Champions is not going to categorize Pokemon you lend from your Pokemon home as Pokemon to go in your box. You're going to have a total of 60 Pokemon slots to start. Right? Which is the equivalent of 10 separate teams. Right? I can't imagine that the starter pack for Pokemon Champions is going to be all that expensive. I feel like I can't see it being more than like, I don't know, like $9.99 US, which would push you to, that gives you what, an extra 50 spaces. That'll put you at 110 spaces. Yo, Razulej, what's going on? It's good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. So that puts you at 110 spaces if you want to go ahead and buy the starter pack. But if you want to upgrade your Pokemon home, it's like $15 a year, I think. So you pay $15 once for the whole year, and it gives you how many extra boxes? I want to see here if we can find how many extra boxes you get for the premium subscription. So it's $15.99 for the year, and you can deposit 6,000 Pokemon, essentially, for $15 a year. So with that being said, you only really need, if you want to, like if you want to get to that point, you only have to pay $15 for the year, and then you don't even have to pay for the starter pack for Champions, or for the what's it called, or for the subscription for Champions. What's going on right now? We're just talking about the Pokemon Champions monetization system. I know that people brought up the point as well of like, oh, like, you know, you need to have certain games to be able to get certain Pokemon. And while that's true, I feel like a lot of the people who are gonna be playing VGC format, like the amount of Pokemon that are actually viable for VGC are not even close to the whole like 1,000 Pokemon, 1,000 plus Pokemon that are a part of the national decks, right? So a small number of those Pokemon are gonna be like meta viable, right? And I can only assume that to make sure things are fair between people who may not have the Pokemon games and for people who play mobile, right? Because if you have mobile and you don't have a Switch and you're only going to be playing Pokemon Champions on mobile, I can only imagine that to level the playing field, you're going to be able to get Pokemon that are competitively viable and use them without needing to have the games, right? Like every 22 hours, you can get new Pokemon, right? And as well, I can only imagine based on, I think they have rental teams in like every mainline Pokemon game where you can play competitive. I'm assuming they're gonna also have rental teams that you can use, right? That are optimized for competitive play. So between that, I don't really feel like saying Pokemon Champions is pay to win. Like I don't feel like that's valid necessarily. You know what I mean? People are comparing a lot to Pokemon Showdown, and don't get me wrong, Pokemon Showdown is an incredible resource for testing out teams, building teams, playing in the format and regulation that you want to play. But I don't think that this Pokemon Champion situation is going to be nearly as bad as people think it is. And I think if they lay out the pricing for the subscription as well for Pokemon Champions, I feel like if it's the same, like you know, $15.99 per year, and this is in Canadian dollars, I'm pretty sure as well. If you pay this same $15.99 a year for champions, right, to increase your box storage and then get other things in game, like, I feel like that's not that crazy. I don't know. Yo, RJ, what's going on? Thank you for checking in, bro. I appreciate you. Yo, Melissa, hey, what's going on? Miss Pokédoll again, didn't I? Yeah, sorry. The Pokemon of the day today was Screamtail. Like, I feel like that's not that insane, chat. I don't know. Like, I know people are like very much up in arms about the monetization system for Pokemon champions. They're like, oh, you know, like, we should only have you know, cosmetics for our characters and stuff like that, which I don't think is necessarily invalid, but I imagine that they're gonna have those for as microtransactions in game, and I can only imagine as well that those are gonna be part of the subscription price, right? So it seems like acquiring your Pokemon, training your Pokemon, all that stuff can be done in game. I'm not sure the rate at which you're going to be able to select Pokemon. Maybe I can find some more information on the website about recruiting Pokemon. But I can only imagine that, like, paying money is just going to allow you to get, you know, things faster rather than having access to things that people who are free-to-play players don't have access to. You know what I mean? One of Ash's spare hats should be a collectible and should be given to Pikachu. I agree. It would be really cool as well, I think, if they added cosmetics for Pokemon like they do in Pokemon Unite. Can you imagine, chat, if you could battle using skins? Can you imagine that? This would be crazy, no? Is there a better way I can go look at these? Hollowware. Can you imagine, chat, if we could have costumes like this for our Pokemon? Have you changed the start time for your streams? Is it at 4:30 now instead of 5:30? Well, usually before I was trying to have it at 5, but I've been trying to start earlier lately. Not like official, I guess. Still like depend on streams at like 5 Eastern, but I have a lot of stuff to do today as well, so I was trying to go live a little earlier. But I think it'd be really cool if they added cosmetics for Pokemon, but I can only imagine that the majority of microtransactions in Champions are going to be specifically for like cosmetics and stuff, like, I don't know, like Mega Stones or whatever, and there's nothing barring you from getting those things in game for free. I can only imagine the rate at which you'll be able to get them will be a bit slower than people who are paying money, if that makes sense. Using skins is always fun. I agree. You think there's gonna be some mods? I don't think so. I don't think there's gonna be mods because we haven't found a way to mod the to mod the what's it called, the Switch 2 yet. But you know what? Actually,
he's right. Just start shooting at these white guys.
Hold on. I think it's gonna be on Switch 1, so probably there may be mods actually. Pixel, thank you so much for renewing your membership on YouTube for 16 months. That's crazy. Chat, just my monthly reminder whenever somebody subscribes. If you want to go ahead and support the channel, take your support for the channel a bit further, you can go ahead and subscribe to my main channel for less than $1, for 99 cents per month, and you'll get access to my YouTube videos 24 hours in advance, so you can watch them early. And I'm working on a whole bunch of other stuff, other benefits for channel members. But yeah, if you want to, you know, take your support further, you can go ahead and do that. Yeah, and you get to use these. Exactly. You get emotes, sub badges, the whole nine. It's great. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be available on the Switch 1. So mods potentially could be a thing. But I want to see if I can find more information about recruiting Pokemon. Let me see here. So it says instead of catching Pokemon, you can recruit from roster ranch. You can recruit Pokemon by using VP to select from a roster of random Pokemon. You'll be able to meet a new lineup of Pokemon without using VP every 22 hours. So it looks like you'll be able to catch, select from a certain amount of Pokemon, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Pokemon. And I don't think, the way that it's worded, I don't think that you'll be able to choose just one, right? So it looks like you'll be able to use VP to refresh the lineup of Pokemon that you can catch and choose at least one out of these 10 every 22 hours. So if you get a good, roll, right? I know they're gotchafying it, but you could potentially have a team in like one day, depending on how much VP you have. And assuming they give you a good amount of VP for doing missions and playing games, I don't really feel like it's going to be very difficult to recruit teams. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure in here it says as well, where was it? You also get scouting vouchers, and scouting vouchers. Old topic, but are you still wondering about dyeing your hair white? I would love to dye my hair white. I just don't know if there's gonna be a way for me to do it without frying my hair. I just don't know if there's gonna be a way to do it without completely frying my locks. My locks are very healthy at the moment, so I don't know. I'd like to dye them without bleaching them. But I can't imagine that making them white is gonna be very easy to do. Use a wig. Oh my god, imagine wearing a wig. I don't think I would. I don't think I could pull off a wig. I don't know if I could do that. Exactly, Andy, bro. Imagine Sevv in a wig. Oh shit, chat. That'd be crazy. Now you gotta fry him. I think that's the only way. And I'm too scared. Of them falling out. So many women use them, bro. And I think women look great with wigs on. I just don't think that I would look good with a wig on. And what would I have a wig of? Would I have a wig with more locks? Maybe you could dye the tips for now and see how they do. I think that could be a good idea. When I was considering dyeing my hair, I was thinking I could just do like half. Oh, Big Minty, thank you so much for the resub for 10 months. Damn, it's been 10 months already? That's crazy. Thank you so much, Minty. I appreciate you. But I was thinking of just doing half of them like a dark pink color. I think that could be pretty cool. Chat, what do you guys think? Do 1/3 looks better? Like 1/3 black, or sorry, 1/3 black and then two. I just suffered in 99 nights in the forest. Oh my god, Minty, were you able to get that thing with the badge sorted out? I hope so. I was gonna reverse dye. Reverse dyeing is so fire, bro. I'm just concerned about bleaching my roots, because then it's like if my hair starts falling out from the root, I might cry. I might start crying, but that would be super tough though, most definitely. But you mean like 1/3 dyed in terms of like the tips are dyed only? Or like 1/3 black and then the rest of it is dyed? You got the badge? Okay, excellent. I'm glad to hear about that. Just so sick? No, they do. They definitely do. Sounds good to me. Your roots will be safe. And if the dyed hair ends up not working out, you can still get a haircut. Exactly. Just the tips. That's not a bad idea, Andy. I think that could be pretty cool. But essentially, chat. Essentially in here, it looks like the battle pass and stuff is gonna give you tickets, mega stones, blah 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 blah, and items. you'll be able to get in the battle pass will also be available free in the game. If you make 1/3 black, it would look kind of bad, maybe. And then it says VP can only be obtained in game, of course, through events and rank battles. And I think scouting tickets, or scouting vouchers and training vouchers will also be available in game as well. I'm pretty sure. So it doesn't look like there's anything necessarily that you can't get in game for free by just earning it. But it does look like that paying will allow you to get things quicker, if that makes sense. I can only really see it being an issue for people who don't have the games on their Switch already and can't just catch the Pokemon and import them straight to Pokemon Champions. But I don't know. I feel like if you have the games, it won't be that big of a deal. You have 30 slots in Pokemon Home. You have, or just base for free. You get 30 slots in Champions. If you already have the Pokemon Home subscription, you already have 6,000 slots to move Pokemon back and forth as you please. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's not that deep, chat. I feel like this game is not going to be free to play, or sorry, it's not going to be pay to win. I always enjoy the chats from your streams, helps me interact with people. Guess I'm an otaku. Listen, I love yapping with you guys. I always appreciate getting your guys' inputs on things. I love a good yap session with chat. I really do. I really do. Maybe a battle pass, like a live one. Yeah, they will have a battle pass in the game. I'm not sure if it's gonna be. I can only imagine that there's gonna be free rewards. Okay, hold on. This little gold card right here may indicate the paid rewards, chat. So you know when you have a battle pass, right? And it'll tell you which rewards you can get for free and which ones you'll have to get with the premium pass. I imagine it's gonna be like that as well. So I can only imagine there's gonna be free rewards in the battle pass. You know what I mean? So I feel like, chat, I feel like this won't. I feel like people are blowing this out of proportion. Like, I don't think it's gonna be that insane. And I don't want to seem like I'm bootlicking for Nintendo here and defending a greedy billion-dollar company. I just think that Nintendo is like no worse than any other company. Every game has a battle pass in it, like every game. You two just give me like 6 ads on the horizontal stream. Oh, it's supportive around here. Really, 6 ads? That's crazy. I didn't even know you guys get ads on YouTube. Or maybe like Arknight's. Arknight's 3 lines of. I didn't know that Arknight's has a 3-tiered battle pass. So one paid, one with in-game credits, and one free. I think that's a really good model actually that I feel like more games should adapt. I think that's what I'm feeling like. I think they should. I think more games should adapt that. I think that's really cool. But it looks like, man, I really need to learn how to read Japanese so I can start translating all these leaks. Because the majority of leaks and just regular information does not get released to the West. The majority of it comes out in Japanese like every time. Pex, thank you for redeeming second. I appreciate you. But seriously, I think I genuinely don't think that the monetization is going to be as predatory as people think, and I don't think that Pokemon Champions is going to be pay to win. I don't think it is. And like I said, how many VGC eligible teams are you going to have that have no they're gonna have no overlapping Pokemon? You know what I mean? I don't like. There's not that many Pokemon that are competitively viable in VGC regardless. So I feel like just by having the base Pokemon Home, the free version with 30 slots, and having the base 30 slots in Pokemon Champions, I feel like that's going to be enough. Assuming that moving Pokemon from Home to Champions is not going to use a slot, that's 60 slots. That's 10 teams. And I know people talk about, you know, Pokemon Showdown, you can make thousands of teams. Like, yeah, you can, but like, how many of those thousands of teams are people really using? You know what I'm saying, chat? I just don't feel like, did I delete what's it called? No, Stylish is still on here. Where is it? Oh, it's on already. I'm tripping. Oh, there we go. Okay. But seriously though, chat, how many teams do you really need in what's it called? What about evolutions? How they do it? It's not based on EXP, I bet. I don't know. That's a very good question, actually. I don't know if Pokemon are just gonna be by default fully evolved. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know how many Pokemon that are not fully evolved are let's see. In this current in Reg F, how many Pokemon here are not fully evolved? I don't think there's any. So the game may very well default to Pokemon being fully evolved no matter what. Also, if a Pokemon evolves below level 50, you just won't be able to use it unevolved, right? Because they're defaulting to level 50 regardless. So I don't really think that there's gonna be any sort of you know what I'm saying, non-evolved Pokemon being used here. Right? I don't think we're gonna see much of that. I think most of the Pokemon we end up using are gonna be fully evolved. Right now, there's none. There's none here in the pick rates that have Pokemon that are not fully evolved. There's none. But genuinely, chat, I don't think that this game is gonna be. I feel like people are overreacting. I do. I feel like people are really overreacting. I feel like when the game actually comes out, people are gonna be like, oh, you know what? Wait a minute. This isn't actually that bad. You know what I mean? So. I'm looking for a tweet. Specific tweet here. I was gonna upload this as a YouTube video, but I think my thoughts are a little too scattered. But seriously though, I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I don't. I really don't. But I'm looking for, actually, I think it might be in my bookmarks. Let me check. Let me check really quickly. Ah, here it is. So there's some information, chat, that is currently leading me to believe that Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald are going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch either in the next year or later in the year. Okay, let's talk about it. So Central League's tweets here, they said, according to a data miner, the Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green releases from today internally also have compatibility for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, meaning those could be coming in the future. Chat, if you guys know me, you know that Pokemon Emerald is like my second favorite Pokemon game ever. I would love to see Emerald come to the Nintendo Switch. I think a lot of people would really enjoy that as well. We had this conversation a long time ago, or we've been having this conversation for a very long time, actually, I should say, about, you know, people are like, hey, listen, you know, I really want the old Pokemon games to be brought to modern consoles. I feel like people have been saying that for a long time, and Nintendo did it, and a lot of people were mad, but I think the sales have been really, really good. So I think that this could be a very good thing for them to do, as long as they're pricing these games appropriately, right? I think 20 bucks US is not really that bad, like in the grand scheme. If you want both, you pay 40. I feel like the general public also probably won't even be buying both. I definitely would get I definitely would get Ruby and Emerald, because I've never played Ruby before. I've only ever played Sapphire. But I think this would be a good thing. So this person says, I don't plan to talk much about how Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green's Switch version works emulation wise. I did a little look through. So they're still using Sloop as the GBA emulator for the Switch. The ROMs are actually heavily modified and rebuilt, and they seem to have heavy code changes with reliance on emulator hacks. There were a couple quality of life changes added to Fire Red and Leaf Green. They fixed the roar glitch with the legendary beasts. They changed the way that soft resetting works. They adapted soft resetting to the Switch. What else did they do? There was a couple of changes they made. So then they go on to say, don't ask me questions about the specifics of those changes. I don't know, and I can't be bothered to look any further. I'm not a Pokemon fan. But the important part here is they said only other information I'll put out is that the emulator explicitly recognizes ROMs of Pokemon Sapphire and Emerald alongside Fire Red and Leaf Green. So that leads me to believe the games are gonna get ported soon. Yo, Salty Smasher, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Nice to meet you too. Nice to meet you too. Good to see you. I'm not really into them. I'm on Leaf Green and Black and White, and I mostly modded them. Nintendo, if you try that, hey, listen, I feel like adding all the games, at least until the 3DS era, to the Switch would be a good thing. I really do. I really do. Them adding Fire Red and Leaf Green to the Switch, I've been seeing so many tweets. There's been a lot of players who have never played these Pokemon games before playing them now. I know that adept Pokemon fans are, you know, into, you know, emulating and stuff like that, which is fine, but I feel like I don't know. I don't think the general public really knows how to like set that up. You know what I mean? How to like deal with ROMs or whatever. Like casual Pokemon fans, I don't think, you know? You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is a good thing, chat. Triple Fusion videos got recommended to my feed and they're pretty entertaining. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Love your content, brother. Hey, man, listen, Salty, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate the love. Thank you. You guys have been tremendously supportive to me over like this last year. We're almost at 6,500 subs. Like we just hit 6,000 subs the other day and we're at like 6,330 right now. That's crazy, chat. That's crazy. And if they add a platform like Steam to play Switch games on PC and phone, will be the end of Nintendo? I don't think so necessarily, because they have apps that you're able to emulate on your phone. Like that's phone emulation has been a thing for, I feel like, a very long time. To play Switch games though, I don't know. I don't know if phones would be able to handle, or maybe they would. I don't know. But Switch emulators did exist at least until like the last like 2 years. There was a really big popular one. But they took it down. I'm happy Fire Red and Leaf Green being on the Switch. The movement looks so much smoother, and the Switch screen lets you play it on a bigger scale. See, that's good. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a good thing. I feel like that's a good thing. If you haven't answered yet, what's your opinion on the Gen 10 starters? I love them. The Gen 10 starters are so cute. They're so cute. I really, really love Gekwa. I've always been drawn to water type Pokemon. I usually will pick a water starter when I start a new Pokemon game. So Gekwa is really awesome. I also really love leopard geckos. They're so cute. But I really like Pombon as well. I think Pombon is really cute too. They can get more from the PC/phone market. I definitely think that that there is a big market for phone gaming for sure. Salty, thank you so much for subbing to the YouTube. I appreciate that very, very much. I love Brout, but everyone's hating on Gekwa, so I like that one the most now. I don't know why they're hating on Gekwa. It's so cute. Bro, people are tripping, man. I saw someone on TikTok talking about, oh, they keep making the water starters look zesty. What? What are y'all talking about, bro? Oh my gosh. Makes sense. You get the water starter. You're a Team Aqua admin after all. Exactly. I am a Team Aqua admin, and a water type gym leader. I've always been drawn to water type Pokemon. I love water types. Water types are my favorite. But I honestly love all of them. I think they're all really great. Like, oh brother, now we don't like baddies? Like what? Oh brother, like God forbid, right? I don't know why people are hating so much. I don't know why people are hating. But Salty, who do you plan on picking? Everyone, I want everyone to let me know what their favorite starter is from the Gen 10 reveal. But in any case, back to talking about Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I feel like this builds a pretty good case for them adding these games to the Switch. I feel like people would really, really appreciate them adding them to the Switch, and I think it would bring a whole lot of new players to Pokemon. Like I'd love to see that, chat. Like, regardless of how you feel about, you know, Nintendo having what's the word I'm looking for, having predatory monetization and stuff like that, the reality of them adding Fire Red and Leaf Green to the Switch is that it brought a lot of new players to the game. It did. And a lot of people who have never played Fire Red and Leaf Green have played it. A lot of people who played it way back in the day and, you know, forgot about it or maybe drifted away from Pokemon are playing this game. A lot of the people who are, you know, opposed to emulation are playing this game. Like, I feel like it just benefits people, right? And if you don't want to buy it, you don't have to buy it. If you don't want to spend the $20 and you want to emulate it instead, then you can go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's been a net positive for the Pokemon community that they added these games. But I would love to see Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald get added to the Switch. Like I said, Emerald is like my second favorite Pokemon game ever. It's the Pokemon game that I probably have the most hours in. And they're just great games. They're really great games. Even though they're very simple and they're like the older 2D style and stuff like that, I feel like they're very good. Very good games. I would love to see them added to the Switch. But I'm gonna go ahead and post this on my YouTube channel just to have a little discussion video. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that they should add more classic games to the Nintendo Switch, and if they added Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, if you would buy a copy. If you enjoyed the video or found it informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you can become a card-carrying member of the Sevv Syndicate. And I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Peace. There we go, chat. Gekwa definitely, mostly because I think the Evo line will be something unique. I hope so too. I hope it just becomes a big leopard gecko. I hope they don't make it stand on 2 feet as well. Water starter from Black and White. That's your favorite? I think it'll be water poison type. The types that I'm thinking are Gekwa will end up being water poison, water fairy, or water psychic. I feel like it's got to be one of those three. I think it's got to be one of those three. Not quite sure what favorite type is. Gardevoir is my favorite Pokemon, but Gardevoir is psychic fairy type. That's fair. That's fair. It's okay if you don't know what your favorite type is. It's totally fine to like all of them. When will Black and White get some love? I hope they add Black and White too. I hope they add Black and White as well. Black and White and Black and White 2 to the Nintendo Switch. anything, like I said, anything up until the 3DS era, I hope they add. I genuinely do. What's your favorite Pokemon game? My favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Platinum. Low-key waiting on Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow to be put on the Game Boy NSO. That would be really great, actually. That would be really great. I would love to see that. I think it would be really cool if they added, like, if they would have added Fire Red and Leaf Green to Nintendo Switch Online. But I think it would have interfered with something regarding Pokemon Home as well. So I don't think they would have been able to have the same Pokemon Home compatibility if they did that. So if you're getting wind or waves, oh, we're getting waves, absolutely. We're absolutely getting Pokemon waves. You kidding me? I'm a water type gym leader. We're absolutely getting Pokemon waves. And we're going to be playing that day 1 on the channel. And we're playing Pokopia day 1 on Thursday too. What time, let's see. What time will Pokopia become available to be played? Thursday. Should I? Oh man, I'm just thinking about that now. Should I just go live like first thing in the morning, or most likely be a midnight launch? Shoot, should I go to should I go to bed at midnight, or should I stream at midnight, chat? If you notice, some people said there was a cloud toward the end of the trailer that looked like a dragon, possibly box legendary art. I did see that, actually. I did see that. I'll be at school, get up early. Maybe I'll just get up really early. Maybe I'll just get up super early. Maybe I'll just wake up super early. I don't think that getting up at midnight would be a good thing for me to do. But I'm trying to be nice and early. Check the global time again. It's I think it's gonna be midnight. Yeah, so 12 a.m. Eastern. So that would be midnight on Wednesday. For me. Are you streaming the Indie Direct? I hope there's Silk Song content in there. When is it? When is the Indie Direct? Oh no, what am I saying? It's right here in front of my face. It's tomorrow? It's only 15 minutes though. Maybe what is it today? It's Monday. Maybe we'll just react to it on Thursday. I'm not sure if and when I'm getting the Gen 10 games. Since my interest in new Pokemon games has been wavering, I think I should wait and see what the Gen 10 games are like. I agree. I think that if you're not too sure, then you should wait. Hey, Tuki. I think that if you're not too sure, you should definitely wait, yeah. But I'm pretty sure right here, it's right here. So this is the cloud that they were talking about as a potential box legendary, right? I think there's like some Southeast Asian lore that includes these like weird like dragon serpent things, and people are speculating those are going to be the box legendaries, but also as well people are also speculating the Japanese logo. They're saying that the Japanese logo for Winds and Waves, hold on, let me find out, let me big abize this picture real quick. They're essentially saying that also could be whatever this is. They're also saying that could be whatever this is, and they're hinting at this being the new gimmick mechanic. That's what people are saying. Why is it saying Pokopia is releasing in February? It's already March? I don't know. That's weird. Why did it say that? That is weird. February 5th. Am I tripping? That's so weird. Vice, I think Vice made a typo in their thing. Weird. Now I'm not waiting. Oh, brother. Yeah, so it's gonna be out at midnight at local time. Damn, chat. Maybe I'll get up like super early to play it all day. What do you guys think? That's on a Thursday too. It's not even a holiday or anything. Everyone's gonna be at work or at school. Damn, man, I don't know. Maybe I'll get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and play it. Any guess on what types of legends will be? Should we do like a legendary and starter what's like a prediction for what types they'll be? I don't know. Chat, there is also speculation about them adding a whole brand new type to the game as well. That's what I've been hearing. But I would say that I feel like the box legendary, the one for waves, has to be like water some type, I don't know, water something. And then I feel like one has to be like a water type, and I feel like the other one's got to be like a flying type. Haven't had a new type since Gen 6 with Fairy, yeah. But people are saying, they're speculating right now, chat. Maybe we should talk about that. I was gonna talk about that in the next stream. Water Dragon, Flying Fairy, that could be pretty crazy. Or maybe Flying Dragon and Water Dragon, maybe. I feel like, I don't know, chat. Let me see what kind of information they have on PokeOS. Because people are talking about a release of a brand new type. They're trying to say it's gonna be damn sound type. Pixel, listen. That's what people are saying. That it's actually being speculated that it's gonna be sound type. Because if you take a look at this new form of Rotom, right? People are speculating that they're teasing the new type in Pokopia to then be added to the game. That's what they're saying. I haven't got a whole bunch of information about it. That's why I wanted to watch it later on, or that's why I wanted to talk about it later on to where I'm more informed about it. But they're trying to say that sound type is gonna be a thing. That's what they're saying. I want to get some more information before we talk about it, so I don't, you know what I'm saying, so I don't sound like I'm just pulling stuff out of my behind. But maybe like when you think about it, there being another Rotom form, right? Rotom takes the form of whatever type it is, right? So Rotom forms are based on the type, right? So we got Rotom, we got regular Rotom, which is Electric Ghost. We have Heat Rotom, which is Electric Fire. We have Rotom Wash, which is Electric Water. Frost Rotom, which is Electric Ice. Fan Rotom, which is Electric Flying. And then we have Mo Rotom, which is Electric Grass. And they're trying to say that DJ Rotom is going to be Electric Sound type. We don't have a lot of Dragon Legendaries since Zygarde. That is true. That's a good point. That is a great point. Well, yeah, Koraidon counts. But listen, I'm never mad at more dragon type legendaries. I feel like dragons are legendary in their own right. Like dragons aren't really, you know, they don't really exist. They're like mythical creatures. I wouldn't be mad at more dragon legendaries. But that's what they're saying. They're saying that they're gonna add sound type to the games, which would be insane. That's crazy actually, because normal Rotom is a light bulb, which is electric typing. So what if there's just a ghost type Rotom without an electrical appliance? That'd be pretty crazy. something like who am I thinking of? There's like a ghost from some TV or movie that can interact with electricity. That's crazy because what would they be weak to? I don't know. I'm trying to think about that, chat. We're gonna have a big talk about this next time. There's a creator whose video I wanted to watch on this to see what information they had. But I wanna talk about this next stream for sure, and then make a video about it. Should I just risk watching their video on stream? Last time I did that, last time I watched someone else's YouTube video on stream, I got a community guidelines violation. So I don't know. If sound does become a type, who do you think the sound type will be added to? There's a few Pokemon that I already have in mind. For sound type. Definitely the Whismur line. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Whismur, Loudred will definitely be sound types. I think they could even. What type is Sylveon? Sylveon is just straight fairy type, right? But see, it gets access to sound-based moves, right? What are the abilities for Sylveon? Oh, it just gets Cute Charm. And what does Pixelate do? It turns normal types into fairy type moves. Jigglypuff would be a sound type. Is Jigglypuff normal fairy? It is normal fairy, yeah, so maybe not. The Noibat line, that's true. The ears look like speakers to me, yes. That is true. It's even called the Soundwave Pokemon. But have they ever done that where they changed typings for Pokemon, or have they ever done that before? Where a Pokemon is dual typed already and they change it? Or have they just added types to Pokemon? Like when they added fairy typing. I low-key thought Jigglypuff is just fairy. So did I until literally just now. I'm pretty sure I've heard of that. Interesting. I want to know which Pokemon became fairy types. With the addition to... Okay, change types, right? So let's see. Oh, chat, wait, the Togetic got changed from normal flying to fairy flying. Clefairy was changed from normal type to pure fairy type after the Gen 6 add-on. Wait, so it's possible. And Togepi was changed. Oh, chat, wait, so they have actually changed types rather than just adding types. And Togekiss did as well. Togekiss originated as normal flying. So they've done that before. So chat, I think that it may be possible for them to change Pokemon from whatever type they are now to sound type. Now the question is, a Pokemon like Noivern, right? The Soundwave Pokemon, what typing would it lose? I feel like it would have to lose its Dragon typing, if anything. I feel like it would have to lose its Dragon typing, if anything. Because it's still a bat, right? Most of the bats in this game, let's think, Crobat is flying poison, right? Yeah, it's flying poison. I feel like they'd have to lose Dragon types, if anything. Where's the national dex at? I want to talk about this now. I'm not going to watch that creator's video. I'm just going to stitch the next stream of us speaking about this. I'm going to stitch the next stream of us speaking about this to this video once I have more information to talk about it. I'm just going to stitch them together. Maybe whenever we do that, I'll wear the same hoodie so it looks like it's filmed on the same day. All bat Pokemon should turn to sound. I can see a case made for that. I can see a case made for bat Pokemon turning to sound types. Let's go through the national dex and see which Pokemon would get turned. As of right now, I don't see many. I don't see many. Let's see. Let's scroll through here and see what catches my eye. I could see a case made for Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff becoming, at least Jigglypuff becoming a sound fairy type, maybe. I don't see them removing the fairy typing after they've already given it fairy typing in Gen 6, but I could see them removing the normal typing and giving it sound typing. Sound could also be strong against maybe 3 types, so weak to 3 as well. I want to talk as well later. About what weaknesses and strengths sound typing could have. I want to speak about that later, but we'll talk about that after we figure out what Pokemon would be a sound type. But I can see a case made for Jigglypuff becoming a fairy type, specifically because it has the move Sing. What other Pokemon know Sing? What other Pokemon know this move? Meloetta. Oh, Meloetta has a sound Pokemon? Yeah, I see it. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Let me cook. Okay. Can we make a list, maybe? Can we make a list? Is there like a Pokemon? Maybe we could use a Maryland Team Builder. How many Pokemon can I add? I can only add a max of 6. Okay, maybe we can find like a national dex checklist to use. Have I been clickbaited with the RSE ports? Is there evidence for this? Okay, let me go over it again. So a data miner was saying that when they were going through the files for Fire Red and Leaf Green, they specifically found that the ROM used to port Fire Red and Leaf Green onto the Switch explicitly recognizes, I guess in the back end of the game, ROMs for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald of the same type. So this is as much evidence as we have of this. This person said, you know, they don't really care to look into it further because they're not a Pokemon fan. So I guess that I could see that building a case for them to be truthful with this information, just because, you know, if they're not a Pokemon fan, then what reason would they actually have to lie about this? But at the end of the day, they could be lying about not being a Pokemon fan as well. But essentially, this is all the information that we have about this now. I could see Chingling and Chimecho, because they're bells. Exactly. No, that's a fact. That is a fact. Okay, so we have our checklist here, right? I could see a case being made. I could see a case being made for Jigglypuff. So let me add Jigglypuff to the checklist. I could see a case made for Jigglypuff, right? Is there going to be a way for us to see? Is there gonna be a way for us to see sort all generation? Okay, we can go to completed only afterwards. Okay, so let's go through the national dex here. I can see a case being made for Jigglypuff, right? Are there any other Pokemon to start here that I could see becoming sound types? I don't think so. I could see the Zubat line. I could see literally every bat Pokemon becoming a sound type. Hopefully we get it again. Thanks for going over it again. Appreciate it. No problem. I would love to see Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald get added to the Switch. Emerald is one of my favorite Pokemon games ever. Probably my number 2. But I could see literally every bat Pokemon getting added to this list. I genuinely could. In terms of like the Zubat line, I think they would probably have to lose their poison typing. And the Woobat line, I think they would probably have to lose their psychic typing. And then as well, for the Noibat line, I feel like they'd have to lose their they'd have to lose their dragon typing, I think. Yo, Ephraim, what's going on? We can finally get shiny Mew, exactly. Is sound type coming, being added to Gen 10? It's being rumored. I don't wanna, you know what I'm saying? I don't wanna put any ideas in your head or give you false hope, but there's been rumors that they're adding a new sound type. And they're saying, they're trying to connect it to the DJ Rotom. They're saying that they're adding DJ Rotom to Pokopia is they're like soft launching sound types. But I think that would mean that the other Pokopia would have the other peculiar Pokemon from Pokopia would have to be added as well. So the hold on, can we go to this this blog post right here? I would assume that they would have to add Smear Guru as a new Pokemon, Moslax as a new Pokemon, and Pikachu as a new Pokemon, and potentially even Professor Tangrowth. If they're soft launching DJ Rotom as a new Pokemon, right? But they always just could be Pokopia exclusive, Pokopia specific Pokemon as well. Bonjour, Lisa. What's going on? What's going on? It's nice to see you. But yes, I could see a case being made for Jigglypuff. I could see a case for literally every bat Pokemon in the game, right? Let me see. Let me keep going through the national decks here to see who else could potentially become a sound type. Let me see. Maybe I could also see a case being made for the Drowsy line, because they're single type, right? They're single type, right? And sound is used when you what's it called? When you hypnotize people. I could see a case being made for those. And I guess if Jigglypuff would what's it called? Would be added, I guess Wigglytuff and Igglybuff would also have to lose their normal typing and become sound types. Meloetta is a perfect candidate. Exactly. Kricketot, yep. The Kricketot line, yep. Loudred, yep. The Whismur line, exactly. See, you guys are cooking right now, chat. You guys are cooking right now. But I could see a case being made for Drowsy as well. It might be a bit of a reach, but specifically because sound is used when you hypnotize people. Who else here? Who else do we think? What do you guys think about Mr. Mime? What about Mr. Mime, chat? Do you guys think Mr. Mime could pass? Because Mr. Mime specifically is like, it like doesn't talk. Maybe Mr. Mime could have a move that, like, I don't know, does something. I don't know. What do y'all think? Mr. Mime might be even more of a reach. What about Jinx though? Jinx is the human shaped Pokemon, but Jinx looks a lot like what's it called? Mimes are known for silence. Yeah, I think that could, you know what I mean? That might be a reach, but I could see maybe Mime Jr. and Mr. Mime, and then are the Galar forms on here? I don't think the Galar forms are on here. Ah, shoot, that sucks. Galarian Mr. Mime, to be ironic, yeah, sort of. Just because it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of a reach, but maybe. Jinx kind of reminded me of like an opera singer, but I don't think that Jinx has any ties to like singing or like sound or anything like that. Let's see. We're on to Gen 2 now. We got Igglybuff on there already. Yeah, literally every bat Pokemon in the game. Squawkabilly 2. I don't know much about Varoom and Reveroom, but they're vacuums, right? So it's like, I could see that. I could absolutely see that. Let's keep scrolling through here. Who else? Who else? I don't know if there's any Gen 2 Pokemon that could be that could pass. Who else do we got on here? Right, we have the Whismur line, of course. We mentioned the Whismur line. We got Whismur. We got Loudred, Exploud, and Loudred, right? Though these Pokemon are still normal type, mind you. These are still normal type mons, might I add, okay, chat? They're still normal type. They could be pure sound type, potentially. They'd be engineer to correct you. You're right, my fault. My fault. That's my Gen 9 incompetence talking, chat. I'm sorry. But who else? What do y'all think about Vibrava? The vibration Pokemon? Maybe? Something tells me, chat, okay, I feel like Vibrava, the Vibrava line would work better. Trapinch is pure ground type, right? But I feel like it could work better maybe as Sound Dragon. Sound Dragon type? What do you think, chat? Maybe. I could see a case made for the Vibrava line. Maybe not for Trapinch, but I think maybe Trapinch could evolve into Vibrava and it could become a sound type. And then Flygon as well. Maybe. Toxtricity is another great addition to the sound type category. Altaria and Swablu both have access to Sing. Do they have anything? The humming Pokemon. Chat. What if Altaria and what's it called? Altaria and Swablu lost their... See, this is where we're having a dilemma though, because what typing would they lose? I feel like they're birds, so they can't lose their flying typing. I feel like it had to lose dragon. I don't even know why Altaria necessarily is a dragon type anyway, but then I feel like if it lost the dragon typing, Mega Altaria could then become dragon fairy type, or sorry, a sound fairy type. I want to add Swablu and Altaria. I think that they would be good additions. I think a case can be made for Swablu and Altaria becoming sound types. What else do we got in here, chat? Chimecho most definitely. Chimecho most definitely. I feel like all they'd have to do is give Chingling and Chimecho. They could keep the psychic typing and just add the sound, so they'd be sound psychic. I feel like those would absolutely have to become sound types. No, chat? Who else do we got on here? We got the Kricketot line, right? That's a no-brainer. I think Kricketot and Kricketune could absolutely be added. Audino is also possible. That's true. I could see a case made for Audino, but I think Kricketot and Kricketune that's a no-brainer right there. That's a given. Who else do we have? Wait, chat. Thoughts? Bronzor and Bronzong? Bronzong is supposed to be a bell, isn't it? The Bronze Bell Pokemon. I could see it. I could see it, chat. Kricketune itself. Bro, I hate Kricketune Cry. It's so annoying. Dragon type was just given to Pokemon, I feel like. I don't know why Dragonite is Dragon and Charizard isn't. Wake it up. No, that's a... Bro. And Charizard gets access to... It gets access to moves that are Dragon type as well. I don't really understand that. I feel like they could have changed it. I feel like they could have changed it. But I feel like Bronzong would be another Pokemon. I feel like it'd probably have to keep its Steel typing, but I feel like it could give up Psychic typing in exchange for Sound. Right? I feel like a case could be made for that. Then we got Mime Jr. Chatot as well, chat. I don't think we talked about Chatot yet. The Music Note Pokemon? Like, come on, chat. Why do they have so many Pokemon that are dedicated to sound? I got my tinfoil hat on right now, chat. Chatot, I feel like, could absolutely lose its normal typing and become sound flying. I feel like that's not even crazy. That's not even crazy, I feel like. I feel like that's got to be a given, no? Am I tripping? Let me know if I'm tripping, chat. Who else could we add? Who else? Who else? Who else we got that's based around sound? I don't think anyone else from Gen 4, but now we're into Gen 5. Let's see here. Okay, we got Woobat and Swoobat already for sure. We already included those. Literally any bat Pokemon in the game could make sense as a sound type, genuinely. Who else? Right now, I'm not really seeing much. Audino? Did we pass Audino? I hope not. I wanted to take a look at Audino. Someone also did, yeah, Salty also did mention Audino as well. Audino's name is literally Audio. I could see it. I could see it. Okay, I absolutely could see it. Who else? Meloetta for sure. Meloetta, not even... Bro, chat, is it a coincidence that so many of these Pokemon that we're looking at are normal type? Like, they're just asking for the normal type to be taken away for them to become sound types, no? Like, that's not even a question. Let's add Meloetta. For sure. Meloetta for sure. Meloetta for damn sure could be a sound type, chat. Absolutely. Did we pass Audino or not already? I hope not. I hope we didn't already pass Audino. The hearing Pokemon. I passed it. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, chat. But Audino, there could absolutely be a case made for Audino. Its name is literally Audio, right? And it's a normal type, chat. My theory still stands. All of these types could be removed and they could become pure sound types. And it's the hearing Pokemon. I feel like that only makes sense. I feel like that only makes sense, chat. But let me pick back up. We're in Gen 6 now. What other Pokemon are related to sound? Klefki, maybe? Maybe because keys be like jingling. That might be another reach. But I could absolutely see I could absolutely see a case being made for Klefki. Maybe, if they want to reach. This is so funny to me. Illuminati, but it's Game Freak? No, literally though. No, literally. We added the Noibat line already, right? We already did that. What other Pokemon could be in here? Primarina is the soloist Pokemon, right? But I think that's more of like I think that's more of what's it called? That's more of like a performance. Clucky form, but bells like Chimecho. See, we're cooking right now. We're cooking right now. Oricorio. Someone mentioned Oricorio as well, right? Yep. Which style? One of them. Or maybe, I know we're not on Alola right now, but we could add a new Oricorio form. I could see Oricorio being added. I could see a case made. It's meant to be dancing to music, right? So I don't know. I could see a case made for Oricorio for sure. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, a new regional Oricorio form. That could be, you know what I'm saying? That could be kind of crazy. What is this thing that Komala is holding? Is that a drum? Drowsing Pokemon? Someone mentioned the Jangmo-O line. It's got the dancing, right? Modern dance for Oricorio where it listens to trap music, bro. Imagine that. Yeah, so it was Ephraim that talked about Kamo. I could see it. It rings the scales on its body, right, to announce its presence. I could see a case made for the Jangmo line. I could see a case made. I really could. I could see it. There's some Pokemon that we already have on the list that would be even more of a stretch than that. Even more of a stretch. So I could see those getting added. Its Z move is literally a sound wave. See? That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. I could absolutely see that being added. Who else? Who else are we thinking? Rillaboom. Listen, Rillaboom still has Rillaboom still has its solo grass typing, right? I could see it. I could see it. Gigantamax Rillaboom has a drum. And it's the drummer Pokemon. I could see it being added. Yo, Miyamoto, what's the word? How are you doing? What's going on? What's going on? We're doing some theory crafting right now. I could see Rillaboom being added. Who else? Toxtricity, right? We talked about that. We talked about the Toxtricity line being added. Toxtricity is the punk Pokemon. And it's got forms based on sound, right? I could see it. I could see it. I could see a case being made for Toxtricity, most definitely. What else do we got? Mr. Rhyme. I don't think that Mr. Rhyme is on here, right? But yes, okay. There we go. I could see a case being made for Mr. Rhyme, the comedian Pokemon. I could see a case being made for that. Who else? There's a lot of, listen, that's already a few Pokemon from Gen 8 that we've seen that could potentially be sound types. All right. I feel like it might not be a coincidence that the closer we're getting to the newer generations, you know, they could have been planning for this for a long time. I could see Mr. Rhyme losing. Maybe it's, I don't know, but it's psychic typing because Mr. Mime is a psychic type Pokemon as well. So I'm not really sure what what typing it would lose, but maybe, potentially, never know, chat. Never know. Who else could we add? Quaquaval is a dancer Pokemon, right? I think it's meant to be like a flamenco dancer. I could see a case being made for Quaquaval, maybe. For the Quaxly line. I could see it. I could see a case made. I really could. The starters might be a little different because I feel like if you change the typing of one starter, especially if there's monotype, then you'd probably have to change the rest of them as well. I don't know. I could see I could see a case made for Squawkabilly for sure. I could see a case being made for the parrot Pokemon. Parrots are all based up on, you know, the sounds they make and repeating things. Let's add, we can add Squawkabilly to the list. Chat, I feel like we're on to something right now. Who else? Somebody mentioned Varoom and Revavroom earlier. Where's its dex entry? Bellybolt could possibly work as a base amp. Listen, okay, we're on to something. We're on to something. We're on to something, chat. We are. We're kind of cooking. I could see it. And it's a solo electric. Imagine electric sound type. I'll put it on there. Just a question for you, Sev. You like your noodles with or without soup? With soup, always. My cousin thinks it tastes better dry. I'm like, hell no, nah. We gotta have soup. We gotta have soup. We have to. It's not an option. But I could see Tadbulb potentially, and Bellybolt. I could see a case being made for both of those for sure. But no, the ramen has to have soup, bro. It's not a question at all. Not debatable. Who else could we add? Who else? Screamtail. I feel like this one is a given, no? It's called Screamtail, for God's sake, no? I feel like we could add Screamtail to the list. I don't feel like that's far-fetched. No pun intended. No pun intended, chat. My fault. Who else? Who else could get added here? I think we might be at the end of our list here. 100% Screamtail, yeah. I feel like Screamtail's gotta go on that list. I think we have a solid list though. No, chat? I feel like we have a solid list of Pokemon here, no? Can we, is there a better way for me to view these? So let's just review our list here, chat. Can I full screen this really quickly? Actually, you know what? Wait, let me make sure I'm not missing anyone. Let me go Pokemon related to sound. Wait, this is 2 years ago. This is a thread from 2 years ago, chat. Let's see if there's anyone. Is there anyone on this list that we missed? So we got the Wigglytuff line for sure, right? Politoed. Okay. Politoed. The Pokédex mentions it croaking a lot. Let me go back to Politoed here. But see, the thing about this is, I don't know, maybe, chat, maybe, right? So we evolved from Poliwhirl. Poliwrath gains fighting type, right? It goes from mono water to water fighting. What if Politoed became water sound? I don't know, chat. I don't know. I feel like it's got some potential, no? So in gold, right? It says if Poliwag and Poliwhirl hear its echoing cry, they respond by gathering from far and wide, right? They sing in a loud voice that sounds like bellowing. Chat, there's a lot of references in here about how loud it is, right? So what if, I feel like that's not crazy to add that to the list. We could add Politoed, it could evolve, and it could evolve and gain sound typing. This is if sound is a type, right? Yes. Yo, what's going on, George? Welcome to the stream. I feel like Politoed is not a crazy addition. Like, I feel like that's, you know, Misdreavus and Mismagus. Let me think about that. Screaming and wailing, right? And they're mono ghost type. I'm telling you, Polycroak, you might be onto something, Ephraim. You might be. You might be. I don't know, because there are a lot of noodle brands with weak ass seasoning, so adding soup always will only make it taste like nothing. It depends. It does depend on the brand. That's true. That is a good point. Yes. Echo Bat has to be there, right? We added every single bat Pokemon in the game to the list, most definitely. I could see a case made for every one of them. I really could. I really could. Poliwhirl can evolve into a new Poly Evo after learning a sound-based move. You're cooking, and that would be Polycroak. There is a marsh biome inside of Wind and Waves. We saw that. We saw the marsh, boggy sort of, you know, we saw it. So I don't know. I don't know. I could see it. I could see it, or them just straight up giving Politoed, like think about it, chat. Like, think about it. What is the point of just carrying on? Right? Just straight up water typing. What's the point? Rillaboom? Yes, we have Rillaboom on the list as well. Yeah, because it's got max. What is it? Max drum solo or something like that when it's in his G max. That only makes sense. I feel like that only makes sense. But think about it, chat. What's the point of just continuing on as a mono water type when it could be water sound? You know what I'm saying? I could see it. I could see it. But then they talked about Misdreavus. The Misdreavus line is mono ghost type, right? I could see, it's called the Screech Pokemon. I could see it becoming ghost sound. I could see it. I could see a case made for that. Let's go ahead and add this to the list. So we got Misdreavus and Mismagus. I could see both of those Pokemon getting added. Who else? Who else is this thread mentioned? Whismur, Loudred, Exploud, we got those. Altaria, yeah, we got those. Chingling and Chamiko got those. Ninjask. What about Fluttermane then? That's a good question. See, I purposely went over Fluttermane. What does it say about Fluttermane? Maybe Ghost Fairy? I don't know. Bronzong? We got Bronzong for sure. We got Bronzong on the list. Absolutely, yes. I don't know. I guess I could see a case being made for Fluttermane. What's maybe it would have to lose its ghost typing potentially. Who else? Ninjask, the Ninjask line. They're cicadas. The Ninjask line is cicadas, right? They're bug flying. This is okay. This now is. This is a little confusing. Because they're cicadas, right? Cicadas are extremely loud. But what sort of typing would it lose? I'm gonna add them to the list, and then we can talk about what typing they could lose after. So Ninjask. So we got Nincada and Ninjask, and then what's the third one? Shedinja. Well, actually, maybe because it loses its flying typing, right? It goes from bug flying to bug ghost. Maybe it could keep its bug ghost typing. Maybe we won't add Shedinja. Cicadas sound like spaceships to me. No, they actually kind of do. They actually kind of do. Weeping Bell, that's a good one. I actually went over Weeping Bell on purpose, but I feel like maybe this could be a contender. Maybe. Is there anything in here about them making sound? Is there anything in here about them making sounds? I mean, for the love of God, like, look at how loud, like, they got huge mouths. So maybe. Who else do they reference on here? Chatot, of course. Cricketune, of course, we have those. Dino, we have Maractus. I never thought about Maractus. It's a cactus Pokemon, right? But look, its Dex entry says it uses an up-tempo song and dance to drive away the bird Pokemon that prey on its seeds. I could see it. I could see Maractus getting added. I can see a case made for Maractus for sure. There are ninjas in the Pokemon franchise? There is, yeah. There's a few different Pokemon that are based on ninjas. I'm gonna need to ride the train with you guys as soon as I could. Listen, man, start playing Pokemon. I promise you won't regret it. I promise you won't regret it. I could see a case being made for Maractus though. I really could. I totally didn't even think about that. Tympole, Palpitoad, and Seismitoad. I totally forgot about the Tympole line. They're tadpoles, right? But they create vibrations and high-pitched sounds. I could see them absolutely losing their ground typing. So we'll add Palpitoad, Seismitoad, and Tympole as well, because they use vibrations. I could absolutely see a case made for these Pokemon. This person, whoever this is, this person was cooking. Meloetta, of course, we have those. Obstagoon. What type is Obstagoon as well? I didn't even think about that. Obstagoon is like a, it's like a Pokemon that's in a band. Let's see. Its voice is staggering in volume. Obstagoon has a tendency to take on threatening posture and shout. It's normal dark typing. I don't think that's a coincidence, chat, okay? Let's add the Obstagoon line. Ignore that I'm just typing goon into the search bar. It doesn't have the Galarian types, but we're gonna add these. We're gonna add these just because they don't have the Galarian types on here. Yo, best guess, what's up? What's going on? Guess who's back? Oh, brother. But I think they make a good case for the Obstagoon line, and their Dex entries line up. So I could see it. See, this person said Primarina. I feel like Primarina could get it. I feel like Primarina could change to a sound type. Can we revisit that? What typing would it? I don't know if it loses its fairy typing though. What are you doing? We're theory crafting. Whether or not if sound type becomes a thing, what Pokemon would be added? See, I thought originally the Primarina line could get added, and I just might. So it says here it controls its water balloons with song. The melodies learned from others of its kind and is passed down from one generation to the next. Chat. I feel like that works. Or maybe a regional Primarina type, right? That is water sound, maybe. But let's add the Poplio line for sure. Let's add the Poplio line. I feel like that makes sense, Chad. I don't know. I feel like it tracks. I feel like that tracks. Chatot, absolutely. We do have Chatot on the list as well. Someone said Skeledirge. Really? Hey, Jazz. Thank you for the... I'm blowing up spots just like I used to. Thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate you. Let me see here. Who do we say? We said, someone said Skeledirge. Skeledirge is the singer Pokemon. And it's fire ghost type. I feel like fire sound would make more sense. I feel like that would make more sense. I don't know. It's quite literally the singer Pokemon. So I could see that. I could see that. I could see a case made. Yo, can I tell you something? My second favorite Pokemon is Meowstic. Really? That's very interesting. See, most of these we already have on our list, chat. They mentioned Xurkitree, though. They mentioned from Xurkitree. Sevv is really locked in. I'm sorry. I'm missing chat messages. If there's a remake or remaster for a specific Pokemon, do I skip and play the original version, or is it okay to just stick with it? I would say, I would recommend you play Fire Red and Leaf Green first. Not only because it just got added to the Switch, but I feel like that's a good game to start with. 2D wise. And then I'd say play a 3D game. And then see which you like better. Let's check out Xurkitree though. Can we look at Xurkitree? I don't know about them changing the types of... I don't know about them adding types for... Ultra Beasts. I don't know. Maybe Xurkitree can stay off the list. But chat, I think we have a good list of Pokemon right here, right? So let's go ahead and go through our list. The chat is kind of blocking it right now. But who do we have? We got Jigglypuff. We got the Jigglypuff line, right? I feel like I could see them being... Wait a minute. You know what? Also, what Pokemon gets Sing? What Pokemon get access to Sing? See, most of these Pokemon we have already. What about Kamala? What is Kamala holding? Is it a drum? I don't think it's holding a drum. I think that's supposed to be its pillow. But most of these Pokemon that have access to Sing, we have in here. I made a concept for a convergent evolution for the Meowstic line. Want to hear? Yeah, that'd be sick, actually. Unrelated, have you ever watched Dragon Ball? I have. I've watched all of Dragon Ball. I've watched all of Dragon Ball Z. I've watched the Dragon Ball movies. I'm just not caught up on Dragon Ball Daima. But I've watched all of Super as well. And GT. But I can see a case made for the Jigglypuff line, right? They get access to Sing, of course. I think that Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff and Igglybuff, I feel like they could all lose their normal typing. Like, I feel like it's just so easy for a lot of these Pokemon on the list to just lose their normal typing and become sound type. So Jigglypuff would become sound fairy, and so would Wigglytuff. The Zubat line, I feel like if anything, they'd have to lose their poison typing, but I feel like that's not even that crazy. I feel like that's not even that crazy for them to lose their poison typing and they become sound flying. Like, I feel like that just makes so much sense for like a bat. The Drowsy line, Drowsy and Hypno, it's a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a bit of a stretch, but I feel like since sound is used in hypnotism, I feel like it wouldn't be anything for them to just add sound typing and Drowsy and Hypno would become psychic sound. Like, I feel like that's not crazy. Just to give them a second typing. Mr. Mime, another one that's kind of a stretch, but I feel like Mr. Mime having sound typing, it could lose its fairy typing potentially. Or I guess, you know, either one it could lose. I feel like it wouldn't be that crazy for it to lose psychic typing either. But just because mimes are based on silence and stuff like that, right? Their whole thing is like they don't make any noise. Like, I feel like that could be like a funny thing that they add. Politoed, the dex entry for Politoed talks a lot about it just like screaming a lot and being really loud. And it's still a mono water type from its evolution, so I feel like I could see that being added. Miss Drevis, I feel like it'd be nothing for them to just add sound typing to the Miss Drevis line. They could have they could be ghost sound type. Like, I feel like that's not far-fetched. Asked because for whatever reason this one argument between Roshi and Crane has been stuck in my head for the last few days. By the way, nice ninja pajamas. Oh, brother. Dragon Ball Super doesn't go near DBZ level no matter what, just in my opinion. Sorry, that's fair. That's fair. That's not even crazy. My conversion Esper is called Iceper. German word for ice, okay. And now it's a normal type, and it's very fluffy. It has white fur and sky blue eyes. Okay, wait, that could eat. Its shiny is white fur and now sky blue to reference that it lives in the cold. I love that. That's a great idea. But moving on, they didn't have the Galarian Zigzagoon line, but they did have Obstagoon in there. I feel like Obstagoon would make a great sound type, and it's normal dark. I think they could just remove the normal typing and give it sound typing. Why not, right? Nincada, the Nincada line, I could see a case being made for the Nincada line. I'm just not really sure what typing the Ninjask would lose. I feel like Nincada could afford to lose its ground typing, but I feel like if anything, Ninjask would probably have to lose its flying typing. I don't know, like, I guess like not all bug Pokemon that fly are flying types as well. So I feel like with that being said, they're cicadas, right? Cicadas make a ton of noise during the during the summertime. So I feel like Nincada becoming bug sound and then or maybe Nincada staying bug ground typing and then Ninjask becoming bug sound could be crazy, because it's once they emerge out of the ground that they start making noise. Isn't Ninjask supposed to be a sneaky ninja? Yeah, technically. My whole thing though was they're cicadas, right? And cicadas make a ton of noise. So I could see a case being made for those. The Whismur line, this is a total given, right? It just gets louder and louder and louder as it evolves. And they're still mono-normal, right? They're still mono-normal, so I could see them even becoming normal sound type or just mono sound. I feel like that's not even that crazy. Vibrava is the vibrating Pokemon, the vibration Pokemon. I could see it potentially losing its ground typing, maybe. Like, it's a dragonfly, right? So I feel like it's more likely to keep a dragon type, if anything, and lose its ground typing. And then Flygon could also be sound dragon. So Vibrava would be sound dragon, and so would Flygon. I feel like that's not that crazy. Swablu and Altaria, I'm not too sure about Swablu, but I could see Altaria being the humming Pokemon, losing its dragon typing and becoming sound flying. Like, I feel like that would make a lot of sense. I don't even think it would be crazy for Swablu to stay normal flying and then to lose its normal typing as it evolves. Just like it lost its normal typing, which became dragon. Instead of becoming dragon, it could become sound flying. And then Altaria, once it Mega Evolves, instead of Dragon Fairy, it could be Sound Fairy. Chimecho, not even a question about Chimecho. I feel like Chimecho could probably keep its Psychic typing and just become Psychic Sound. Same thing with Chingling as well. It makes sense. They're bells. One is a bell and one is a wind chime. I feel like that makes too much sense. That's not even crazy. I feel like that's a given. Same thing with the Kricketot line. Kricketot and Kricketune could keep their bug typing and become bug sound. Not crazy at all. I'm sort of having trouble making a case for Bronzor specifically, but Bronzong is a bell, right? It's the bronze bell Pokemon. So I feel like it could keep its steel typing, but lose its psychic typing and become steel sound. I'm not sure if Bronzor would want to lose its psychic typing. I don't know if I can make a case for that, but I feel like steel sound is a good typing for both of those as well. Mime Juniors are obviously we already talked about Mr. Mime. Chatot, this Pokemon is literally a freaking music note. That's a bird. Okay, I feel like it can lose its normal typing and become sound flying, straight like that. Oh, here I'll go talking about a Fortnite session. I actually like Fortnite though, genuinely. Miyamoto said if you can't have PUBG, have in Fortnite. You know what? I can. That's fine. How far are you into Final Fantasy VII? Not very far actually, only a couple hours. But we're gonna play some probably to end stream today. Okay, moving on. We got more bats. We got the Woobat line. I feel like it wouldn't be too crazy for the Woobat line to lose its psychic typing and just become sound flying. Audino, still a mono normal type. Again, like the other mono normal types that we talked about, I could see Audino just becoming normal sound or just a mono sound Pokemon. Like I feel like that's, you know what I mean? Audino is a given. Like I feel like that's not even crazy. The Tympole line, I could see Tympole just keeping its water typing, and then as it evolves, losing the ground typing, and then becoming water sound. Or even I could even see them losing the water typing and becoming sound ground type, just because they talk a lot about the, you know, it's in the names as well, right? The vibrations, right? They're sort of based off of earthquakes and stuff like that. I feel like that's not too crazy. I could see a case being made for those. Maractus, they talk about, you know, Maractus dancing and stuff like that in its dex entry. I could see it straight up just becoming grass sound type. Yeah. Meloetta, not even a question. This is a singing Pokemon. I could see it losing its normal typing, giving up normal for sound and becoming sound psychic. I feel that'd be pretty cool. Klefki was a bit more of a reach, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But I could see Klefki, like, just because, you know, keys jingle when you know what I'm saying, when you move them around. So I could see Klefki potentially losing its steel typing and losing its fairy typing and becoming steel fairy. I feel like that's not too crazy at all. As for the Noibat line, I was talking about Noibat earlier, but I feel like they'd probably, if anything, have to keep their flying typing, because they're bats obviously, and lose the dragon typing and become flying sound, just like the other bat Pokemon that we talked about earlier. I feel like that's not too crazy. The Poplio line, I'm not really sure. They talk in the Dex entry about, you know, Primarina singing and stuff like that. Maybe it could potentially lose its fairy typing and become water sound. Maybe potentially. I could see it happening. It is also called the soloist Pokemon, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like sound typing wouldn't be too crazy. But at the same time, we talked about them changing the types of starters, and I feel like they'd also have to change the other starters as well. So maybe Primarina would be one that we don't see on the list. Both genders more gray and white than blue, since Meowstic focus on their ears. Melodic focus on their tail for combat. Both genders are very long tail. Okay, yeah. It's a male, it's a special and tanky attacker. Oh, a bulky special attacker. Okay. And the female is more of a physical side. Decently fast. Shiny references reference the original colors of Meowstic. You guys are just too creative, man. Like, I really want to see people from my community make new Pokemon games. Like, that would just be so crazy. But I could see Oricorio potentially maybe getting a new Oricorio form for the region. And it being like a sound flying type. I think that could be really cool. The Jangmo line, I feel like they'd probably have to lose their fighting typing. If anything, they talk a lot about them like shaking the scales and making noise with the scales, so maybe they could become Dragon Sound potentially. Grookey, the Grookey line is still mono grass, so I could see them becoming grass sound. I mean, Rillaboom has a freaking, it's got a drum set, it's got a drum kit, for the love of God, right? So I could see them becoming grass sound. The only thing is, again, when it comes to starters, I just don't know if, like, you know, they change the typing of one starter, they probably have to change the other two to go along with it as well. So maybe that wouldn't be one that we see. I would say the Psychic type, but I don't know which Psychic type Pokemon is the smartest. I don't even know if they like does a Pokemon's intelligence like come into question like ever? Like, I feel like it doesn't really. So that's kind of hard to answer. But then Toxel and Toxtricity, right? Toxtricity has forms that are based off of, you know, like sound and music, right? Like, so I could see Toxtricity. See the name, right? The name implies poison already, right? So I don't really know what typing it would lose here. Maybe it's electric type. I feel like it would have to lose its electric typing, if anything, and become sound poison, right? I feel like there's a lot of ambiguity between sound type and electric type. But I think it'd probably have to lose the electric typing, if anything. Obstagoon. Oh no, we already talked about Obstagoon already. Yeah, it would lose its normal typing and become dark sound for sure. I'm thinking that, yeah. We already talked about Mr. Rhyme or Mr. Mime, so Mr. Rhyme would sort of be like the same kind of thing. I think it would probably have to lose its psychic typing, if anything, and become ice sound, maybe. I'm honestly not too sure. Maybe it'd have to lose its psychic typing. The Fuecoco line, I know they're pretty new still, but I feel like Skeleturge, being the singer Pokemon, could probably lose its ghost typing and become fire sound, maybe. I feel like that would make sense. I added Quaxly before, the Quaxly line, and I don't think I was really thinking about it for real. But if we're changing Skeleturge, then the Quaxly line can't also be sound types. Isn't sound supposed to specifically focus on sound? Dancing is different. That's true. Dancing is different. So I don't think that the Quaxly line would end up being sound, especially as well if we're changing Skeleturge just by being the singing Pokemon. Then yeah, I think Sevv was a Pokemon Go addict back in the day. I don't know why. I actually was. When Pokemon Go dropped a year when I was in high school, and it was actually in the summer that it came out, and I was in summer school, and every time we'd go out for lunch and stuff like that, I would go and catch Pokemon on Pokemon Go. It was fun. I really enjoyed Pokemon Go back in the day. But I think there can absolutely be a case made for Squawkabilly, right? It's a parrot. Parrots are all about, you know, making sound and what's the word I'm looking for? Parrots are known for like making sound and repeating things, right? So I could see it dropping its normal typing and becoming sound flying. I feel like that kind of makes sense. As for Tadbulb and Bellybolt, I'm not really too sure anymore. But Screamtail, I mean, for the love of God, it's called Screamtail, right? So I feel like it could definitely lose either one of its typings and become either sound psychic or fairy psychic. I could see that. I could see that being a thing, absolutely. But I also wanted to talk about typings, right? So we could see what the weaknesses of sound type would be. And what types it would be effective against, what types it would resist. How much did you catch? I mean, all of them in your library. I mean, hundreds of Pokemon over the years. I've played every Pokemon except for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Scarlet and Violet, Let's Go Pikachu Eevee, and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So there's only 4 mainline Pokemon games that I haven't played. Well, I guess Let's Go Pikachu Eevee doesn't even count as a mainline game, so 3. There's only 3. Oh no, and Legends Arceus, but Legends Arceus also isn't a mainline game. So there's only 3 mainline games that I haven't played. And I've played lots of Pokemon games more than once. So I mean, I've caught hundreds of Pokemon in the course of my lifetime over the last like what 20 years of playing Pokemon. I started playing Pokemon when I was like 6. But I'm thinking, let me think about this. I feel like sound would be super effective against Psychic, for example. You're meditating, your focus. There's too much noise. That's true. Can we go to Google? Can we make a new spreadsheet? Can we make a spreadsheet really quickly, chat? All right, here we go. So here's sound type, right? Can I change the color of the cell specifically? Background color. Let's make it this green color, right? So we got sound type, right? So we got sound type. We got 2x. What size is this font? 10, 14? So we got 2x, super effective, right? We got we got standard. Sound would have no effect against sound because when sound hits sound, you get more sound. Exactly. That's a fact. See, we're cooking right now, chat. Let's bold that as well. So we go next standard, and we got half. Not very effective. And let me do an arrow. Am I laying this out correctly? And then we got hold on. And then we got weakness. We got resistances. We got weaknesses, resistances. And then we got immunities. Boom. We're cooking, chat. Okay. So, wait, can I move these over a cell actually? Yeah. Okay. Let me just black out these columns here. Okay. So what types do we... You know what? Let me do a little split screen. Let me do a little split screen action right here, chat. So here's our type chart. Sev, can you recap what you're doing, please? I'm so lost. we're gonna be figuring out essentially, right, what types that let me go like this. We're gonna be determining what types that what other Pokemon types, sound types, are going to be effective against, what types they'll hit for standard damage, and what types they won't be very effective against. And then what types they're weak to, what types they resist, and what types they're immune to. So let's start with attacking, right? I think that sound, I feel like sound types could absolutely, I think a case could be made for sound types being super effective against water types, because water moves faster, I'm pretty sure, right? Does water move, or sorry, does sound travel faster in air or water? I'm pretty sure sound, okay, sound travels roughly 4 to 5 times faster in water. I think there could be a case. Isn't there a wiki for this on the internet? No, because sound type doesn't exist. It's not real. I feel like a case could be made for sound type being effective against water types. I think, because sound moves faster underwater. I already mentioned psychic. Yes, we're gonna get to psychic. I want to go in the order that they're listed here. Let me move this down a cell. I feel like, oh no, move down 2 cells actually. I feel like sound wouldn't really affect normal types, but I also feel like normal types wouldn't resist sound either. Like, I feel like there's no reason for normal types to resist sound. So we'll put normal in the 1x category, right? Let's see, can sound be used to put out fire? Yo, apparently they got NASA experiments. They got experiments of people putting out fire with sound. How about flying? Because flying's literally an air type. Maybe. A wildfire burns in the hills of Los Angeles suburbs, leaping from one patch of dry brush to another as it approaches a cluster of flames. Blah, 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 blah. Any small flames quickly die out. There's no water in sight. So they said Jeff Bruder, an aerospace engineer who researched thermal energy conversion at NASA, co-founded Sonic Fire Tech to build a sound generating machine for this purpose. It's basically vibrating the oxygen faster than the fuel can use it, so you block the chemical reaction. I don't know, chat. I feel like, with that being said, sound could affect fire. Sound could hit fire for super effective damage, right? Because you're manipulating the oxygen in the air. I feel like a case could be made for sound to be super effective against fire, right? I feel like a case could be made there. Can we talk about that? I feel like there is a case to be made. In most cases, it just spreads it. That's not necessarily, well, yeah, you know what? I guess that, well, not necessarily sound, but oxygen. Oxygen, fire needs oxygen to be sustained and to expand. But it doesn't necessarily need oxygen to, sound doesn't necessarily, what am I trying to say? Sound doesn't necessarily feed oxygen. Can you imagine NASA will be NASA is not going to be run by AI in the next couple years. That's just not. I don't think that's gonna happen. I need to move this though. I need to move this over here. I feel like there's a case to be made for sound to be effective against water and fire. Maybe. Let me put a little asterisk beside it in case anyone wants to prove me wrong in the comments. We can make fire and sound resist each other. Ooh. Wait, you're kind of cooking. That you're actually kind of cooking. Because I guess sound does sort of need does sound need oxygen to be a thing? No, because it's based on vibrations. Maybe we'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. Now, what about electricity? Should sound be super effective against electricity? I don't know. It does because there's no sound in space. Ooh, that's a good point. It does need oxygen to maybe it should be not very effective. AI will take most jobs in the world. That's just not true. It would have done it by now. Companies leverage AI, and you still need people to control AI to make it work. It's not going to be I don't know. AI has been being used for like decades at this point. If AI was going to take people's jobs, was going to take all jobs or most jobs, it would have done it already. Countries invest in many things. That doesn't mean that AI is going to be like, AI is going to leave the majority of the world without jobs. That's just not realistic. Because if the majority of the people on the planet didn't have a job to sustain themselves, that would literally be the end of humanity. Not to mention that AI is terrible for the environment, right? So you need ways to mitigate the harm that it does to the environment, which takes people, right? Like there has to be, like AI doesn't exist without people. Like there needs to be AI. There needs to be people overseeing AI. How about police? Would AI catch criminals when criminals can just kick them in the face unless it's strong, which is almost impossible? I don't think that robots will ever be a viable form of law enforcement. I don't think that's possible. But AI is not new. AI has been a thing for decades. When did Siri come out? Siri came out in 2011. That was 15 years ago. That was 15 years ago. When did Microsoft Cortana come out? Cortana came out 2014, 12 years ago. If AI was gonna, like, we've been using AI unknowingly for a very long time. How do you think social media works? Social media is all algorithms that are capable of learning, right? I don't understand the AI craze, because we've been using AI for many years at this point. If AI was gonna make jobs not able to be worked anymore, it would have happened already. Maybe AI do all the work and let humans enjoy their lives. That would be dope. It would, but that's not possible. Humans don't know how to leverage. Humans don't know any other way of doing things than leveraging the labor of other humans. That's all people know. I have a good idea. Why not make Dragon and Electric natural before Thunderbolt creates loud noises, and Dragon roars loudly, so technically they make sound. That is true. That is a good point. I feel like... we're going to come back to fire types. But as far as electric types go, electricity can cause sounds. I feel like electricity has to be effective against sound types. I feel like it has to be, because sound can travel through electricity, but you can use electricity to manipulate sounds. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's possible. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But I feel like it's got to be neutral against electric types. I feel like sound should hit electric types for neutral damage, but I feel like electric types should be super effective against sound, potentially. I think that's how it should go. I don't know if I have the brain power to fully think this through right now, chat. I don't know. We might have to get on Legends EA for a little bit. What do you think? What are we thinking? Because I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, man, did I cook? We make steel and sound super effective against each other. Okay, let me hear your inspiration. I don't know how there were ever really humans that enjoy work over doing whatever they want in life. It never was that. The reason why we have work is because historically humans have always exploited other humans to do their labor. Right? That's always what it's been. Humans have always exploited other humans to do labor for them. That's why jobs exist. Because you gotta survive, right? You gotta go get food. You have to construct shelter so you don't die in the elements. There's necessities that we need in life, and humans figured, let me get these other humans to get the necessities for me. That's always been a thing. They've always exploited the labor of other people. When sound hits solid steel, it's gonna be gone, but if it's thin steel, the sound will bounce back. Okay. I feel like sound probably shouldn't be super effective against grass types. I don't know. Sound type, huh? I feel like it should be I feel like it should hit grass for neutral damage. Ice types. I feel like, speaking of solid, rock and ground would be super effective against sound for the same reason. it's so interesting to think about how these interactions would take place, because most of these things, like, I feel like ground, when I think about this, right, I feel like rock, ground, and steel, I feel like the ground, right, when you have vibrations with tectonic plates and stuff like that, it causes damage to the ground and to rocks. I feel like sound type should be super effective against them. What do we think? I don't know, chat. I don't know. I don't know. See, sound waves cause the closely packed atoms in solids to vibrate and oscillate. But I feel like if we were to make everything like steel is a solid, rocks are solid, right? Ice is a solid. Like, I feel like it should hit all three of those types for super effective damage. Fire, though, I'm not sure. Should we make it not very effective against fire? I don't know, bro. I don't know if there's a good case to be made for that. I feel like ice, though, I feel like it's got to be super effective against ice types. I feel like it has to be. I feel like sound has to be super effective against ice. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because it's a solid. I'm pretty sure the... How does sound affect ice in the real world? Acting as a medium that transmits and disperses vibration. And it apparently... It says it could amplify nearby sounds. Okay, so I feel like it's got to be not very effective against ice then. If that's the case. I feel like for that reason, ice has to be super effective against sound because it reflects it. Fighting. Fighting. Obviously, you can't fight sound, right? But maybe neutral against fighting. Because I mean, loud sounds don't stop you from, you know what I'm saying, from throwing a punch. I feel like there's a good case to be made for fighting to not be for fighting to not resist sound, but for fighting to be maybe super effective against sound. Maybe. I don't know. We might have to come back to this and what's it called? And talk about it later. You know, we're gonna come back to this. I've been streaming for almost like 3 hours. I still want to play Legends EA. We're gonna come back to this though. I'm gonna combine my findings into another video, and it's gonna be great. And we're gonna talk about it next stream, chat. Okay. But let's play some ZA for now. Let me get on ZA. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let me boot up my Switch and get on ZA real quick though, chat. Ready? I don't use this little controller that came with my Switch 2 enough, bro. I need to use it more. It's collecting dust. ZA time, yes. We're gonna come back to this conversation about sound type Pokemon later. Next stream, once I have a little bit more information about it. But I feel like the Pokemon that we picked are good though. Chat, the DLC for this game is long as hell, for the love of God. Oh shoot, my GameCube controller still plugged in. Alright, let's get into it. Where I last left off, I needed to catch Rayquaza. But we have to get more points though. That's the problem. So I'll probably go ahead and do this Rogue Mega Zone. I don't know how much that's gonna give me, but we can go ahead and do that. And there's a couple more zones. Then we can get the special scans, and then at some point we will shiny hunt all the legendaries that are shiny huntable, and it'll be great. I'm hungry though, chat. I need something to eat. Let me go quickly preheat my oven. Get my lost Pokeballs back. Let me talk to this lady real quick. Make a little save, and then we can go back. We need to create a donut that's gonna help us with this. That's gonna help us with this zone here. Give me 2 seconds, chat. Alright, chat. Sorry, I had to get a bowl of cereal, but I'm too hungry right now. But anyway, we're on a ZA. I need to go catch a freaking Rayquaza, but we gotta do some stuff first before we can get it. We gotta make donuts. Gotta make some donuts. I got some cinnamon toast crunch, chat. What is y'all favorite cereal, chat? Let me know. I'm gonna need a bigger spoon for this. But I want to make a donut with all, I want to make a donut with, high, what's it called? Pix is awake again? Wait, are you at home? Oh, you must be at home. You got home at 4. Pix, what time are you streaming? Need another berry. But I'm gonna have to re-roll it because... Pokefusion when? Also question, it's Monday for you? Because it's Tuesday for me? Yes, it's Monday for me. Not too late my time? Okay, so 1 hour and 30 minutes. I need an attack boost, ideally. Item power? Wait. I think I'm mixing the wrong things together. I need to check PokeOS. Donut maker, here we go. Flavor powers. I need spicy. I'm not mixing the right ones together. We need spicy. We need a high spice level, chat. Yo, King James, what's going on? It's nice to see you. We're gonna make a spicy donut. Okay, 5 stars, 620 spicy. Like, this has to give me an attack boost, no? It's got to. Speed power and electric move power? I mean, ground resistance? Can I see what Pokemon it is? What Pokemon has that silhouette? Oh, that's a, what's it called? It's a Mega Bennett. Or Bandit, or however you want to say it, chat. So we gotta re-roll that donut. We definitely gotta re-roll that donut. Okay. So terribly sorry if y'all can hear me chewing. Cause I'm hungry as hell, chat. Alright. So we need something that's gonna be super effective against Bandit, so dark type or ghost type. Or just what's it called? A special attack boost would be great as well. I made a fan-made type, and I'm doing concept for other Pokemon. That type is the blade type, not just swords, but other weapons, armor-related stuff like Skarmory. Ooh, that would go hard, I think. Yeah, so we need ghost or dark type moves, and we need special attack power level 2. That'll probably do, right? I mean, either way, if we lose, then I'll just reroll the donut. So honestly, it doesn't even matter. We'll reroll the donut and make another one. But I do need, who do I need? Maybe a Darkrai. We can give Darkrai Phantom Force, maybe? I like Phantom Force for this. I got Dark Void though. I don't really think I have a use for that because I can't maybe we'll go Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse. Cause I can't, it's what's it called? I'm definitely not gonna say. No, don't say that. And then I'm thinking Phantom Force hits for 90. Shadow Sneak. What other special ghost moves do we have? Knockoff. Shadow Ball probably is the way to go here. And then we need to have Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Shadow Ball. Oh, I like Ominous Wind actually. I like Ominous Wind a lot. Okay, this will be the moveset for fighting, what's it called? And then does Darkrai have the thing? You prepping for Rayquaza? I am. I am prepping for Rayquaza, yes. There. Boom, beautiful. All right, let's go fight this thing. Where's the, okay, there it is. We have to go fight this Mega Bandit first, though. And I just might sub in, who should we sub in? I just might sub in I like Absol here, and I like, where is it? There it is. Oh, I freaking caught all these Pokemon yesterday and forgot. Rayquaza. Oh, brother. Not Rayquazion. Let me make sure I'm not releasing any important Pokemon. Oh. No, I almost released my Heatran by accident. I almost sold, chat. Yo, Rosie Bunny, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. I almost sold, chat. Y'all weren't even gonna tell me. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, brother, this Pidgey's... I accidentally registered this one to my team by mistake. Okay. I distract you with the power of Rayquazion. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm eating my cereal. Make sure my cereal is not getting soggy as well, chat. If I'm planning on doing a hyperspace living deck, because I just finished Lumiose decks, what should I title the boxes? That is a good question. Let's brainstorm some sick names, can we? How do you pronounce Arceus? For me, it's Arceus. Huh? Arceus. Apparently, it's supposed to be Arceus, but I'm not saying Arceus, bro. After I've been saying Arceus my entire life. What about maybe HL then the numbers? Being for hyperspace and Lumiose. I like that. I do like that. Don't worry, I got you, best guess. I got you. I guess you could always call it like Hyper Dex or something like that. That could be cool. Potentially. Okay, I like this team. I like this team. Wait a minute. I do like HL with the number though. Man, chat, how cool would it be to just do a living dex of all 1,000 Pokemon? Maybe put Pokedex for the normal ones and then follow after with Hyperdex. I like that. See, that's okay. Now we're cooking. That's a great idea. I love that. I love that idea. Yes, Rosie Bunny, that's an excellent idea. Alright, let me lock in. Double team, just chill. Oh my god, it teleports. I forgot that Bandit fight was actually really annoying. Brother. Wait, which one is gonna hit? That's not the right one. Whoa! Why did it just pull up on me like that? Okay, they self-destructed. So you're next. The fact that it unzips its arms and legs out is sick. Strongly agree. Okay, we can mega you up now. gonna stick with HL. Oh, the letter cap? Okay, I got you. I didn't even think about that, actually. That makes perfect sense, though. It's not that one. Which one is it? It's this one. Oh, double team again? And then it just be disappearing, chat. Like, oh. Let's hit a nasty plot. And then let's hit a ominous win. Beautiful. Let's hit a shadow ball. Why does it have to move out of the way, though? And then let's hit dark pulse. Coming back soon, we need to have breakfast. Do your thing, no problem. No problemo. Let's hit a nasty plot. Let's hit you with an ominous win. Oh, brother. I gotta wait for it to teleport and then use a move. I don't be waiting. Damn. Which one is it? Of course it's this one. Evolve again. Beautiful. Do it a dark pulse. Very good. Do it an ominous win. Dark pulse. With a shadow ball. I should probably use shadow ball just because of the travel time. Nice. That's a lot of damage. The music that's playing right now is absolutely just like not matching the vibes of what's happening at the moment. Nice. We're almost done here. Okay, it's stunned. We might be able to finish it here. Yeah, we can finish it here. Hold that. No, it dodged it. Oh, nice. That was all we needed. Excellent. Chat, we only got 10k points for that. Oh, brother, man. Only 10k? We need 100k. Oh, we still have to go do the Garchomp mission, though, for sure. Let me go do that next. I totally forgot about that. Okay, we got a little bit of berries. Oh, there it is. Gotta go to Crazy Article. Alright, there it goes. Cereal's done. I need to make another donut, though. I forgot. I can't believe that only gave us 10k and we need 100k. That is so bananas, dog. I do not want to get rid of the Rosalie berry. I need that. Actually, I don't think this donut needs to be anything crazy, to be completely honest. Which one of these do I have the most of? I have 31 of these. shouldn't be a problem for me to just use these. Okay. Now let's go get our Garchomp. Then we can take a look at what our Garchomp Z will look like, because we have a shiny Garchomp. I'm gonna need my Floette for this, and I'm gonna need my DNC for this as well. I didn't even notice that Beska said they were eating cooked insect. Oh, brother. What are you actually eating? Okay. Where we at? There's our Garchomp. Hey. Garchomp Z is gonna attack. Garchomp Z is about to eat this. Plus move. What is it called? Light of Ruin. Whoa! Okay, just relax. Not Draco Meteor frying my Floette turn 1. Just relax. Just chill. Why did my Floette just straight up die though? Oh, this is too easy, chat. I didn't even need Floette. I'm used to eating these attacks, bro. Beautiful. Can we catch it now? Yes. Let's go, man. We got our Garchomp Bite Z. Well, that was easy. All right, so we got that. Let's see what Garchomp Z is looking like, shall we, chat? Where's our Garchomp? There you are. Boom. Now can we Mega Evolve it right away? Nice. Oh no, we can't. We need a little bit more stuff. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we can Mega Evolve it now. Let's see. Oh my god, look, chat, it's beautiful and it's flying. I'm trying to look at the flying animation. Yes, sir. We secured our Garchomp. Nice. I like it. I'm a big fan of this design. I just wish Garchomp had a better shiny. Look at it in all its glory, chat. Let's go. And I wish you could Mega Evolve in the overworld just like whenever, but you can, unfortunately. So I don't know. But we're gonna put our Garchomp back in our shiny bin here, and then we can. So does everyone get a shiny one? All the Mega, well, like. No, because I just already had a shiny one. You don't get one at all, actually. They just give you the stone. But I already had a shiny one, so. In any case. Oh, here's another one of these. Oh, this is a side mission. I want to see how much I can get from doing this side mission. Hopefully it's a lot. Have you said? I need a good donut though. I need to make another donut. Bah, bah, bah. We need a lot of red power. Give me this Koba berry. $35. It's only a 4-star one. See, that doesn't give you a lot though. Let's see here. We need high calories above anything else. I don't want to use this because I really need that. Let's add that. I don't know. What berries do I have? I still have so many of these. I guess it kind of doesn't matter. I'm back after eating cooked up spicy crickets. Oh, brother. You are not eating spicy crickets, bro. No way. Like, what are we doing? Okay, so we need to go do that side mission. Is what we need to do. Let me go make a save point. Not a joke, by the way. Wait, actually, you were eating crickets for breakfast, though? Is that very filling? Is that a good way to start your day? I mean, it's a lot of protein, I guess, right? I just don't know. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Is that gonna keep you sustained? That's what I'm trying to understand. Alright, we got another side mission in here. There's the zone right there. $2,700 calories. I'm actually not at home right now. I'm on a trip on the beach. I'm also Cambodian. Oh, for real? You from Cambodia? I got family that's from Laos, bro. Shout out to Cambodia. I got Laos and Thai family. Shout out to them. Where's the friggin' side mission? Am I good? Oh, it's there. I need ground types. Hello, Canary. What's zappin', fam? Yeah, you gotta get out of here. I need you out of here as soon as possible. Didn't I mention that I'm Cambodian from the Lapani Fusion stream? I don't know. Maybe you did and I forgot. Shout out Cambodia though. All right, old man, bring it on. Come on, chat. Let's fry this old man and his granddaughter. And then we'll, you know what I'm saying? We'll get a move on. Bro, I didn't realize we need 100k points to do the thing, bro. That's crazy. You are not what I need. I need you. Oh, beautiful. Precipice blades. Oh, why is my Groudon already so low? Hello? What are we doing right now? That didn't one shot? Oh, he's gonna evolve it. She's gonna evolve it. Bro. I need to land a Precipice Blades. I need to... Groudon built different in a bad way? You don't like Groudon? Oh, brother. What do you got against Groudon? One more Precipice Blades. Oh, no. I can't heal. It does not let me heal. Whoa. And it got knocked out anyway? I'm about to tweak out, chat. Okay, well, at least we burnt it, which is good. Alright, that wasn't so bad. I thought it was gonna let me heal, but it didn't. Not cool. Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Rosie Bunny. I appreciate that. Thank you. Alright, so that was pretty easy. Groudon kind of carried right there, not gonna lie. Bro, hurry up and get through this. I feel like we're only gonna get a little bit of... We're only gonna get a little bit of stuff from this. A little bit of points. I need like 50k from the side mission on God. Straight up. Because no way we need 100,000. Like... Okay, we got the Canary fit. Hold on. Hold on. Alright, they gave us 10k for that one as well. It's not enough though. I need more. I need more than that. Chat, I can't wait to play more, what's it called with you guys? More TCG Pocket. For all the people who like to play Pocket, I want to battle y'all on stream. I gotta start doing that again. Be on a day where we have more time. I only have another maybe like 20 minutes of stream time. So I haven't talked to my Pixel all day. I might have to sit on a bench, bro, cause there's no, what's it called? Back, I was eating noodles. Sorry, now you're good. You're chilling. I don't ever apologize for eating noodles, bro. Let me see if it gives us other quests to do. Because no way those are all just 10k each. Like, that's not nearly enough. And I gotta edit. I got videos to edit, chat. Oh, there's another one right here. What Pokemon is that? It looks like a Heatran, I'm not gonna lie. But we already have... Did we get the Mega Stone for Heatran? I don't know if we did. I don't know if we did. Maybe not. I need another donut though. We need a crazy donut here, chat. We need a lot of... Hopefully it'll give us an attack boost or something. Cannot wait for Sound Type to finally release. I love music Pokemon. Meloetta is literally my favorite mythical Pokemon. Still doesn't beat water, but it beats psychic as my favorite in second typing. Yep. We're gonna flesh out our sound typing more, but I want to come back with more information potentially for the next stream. So we're like halfway there, and then we'll talk about the rest of it next time I stream, and it'll be great. Move power flying? I mean, I guess. Let's see what happens. If it's T-Tran, we're gonna use Groudon and Kyogre to carry, and then yeah. It'll be lit. Was there not a closer place I could have teleported to come here? I'm going the wrong way, that's why. Oh, brother, no way I'm going the wrong way. What? What zone did it? Oh, it marked the other thing. What's it called again? It's Heatran again, I knew it. I'm not a big fan of Mega Heatran, chat. How are y'all feeling about it? I don't really like it. It's like fake Groudon. Or not Groudon. It's like fake, what's it called? Whoa, just chill. Okay, Origin Pulse does nothing, by the way. Does no damage. Good to know. Wait, isn't it double, it's double weak to ground moves, no? Am I tripping? Hit it with Precipice Blades. Yeah, that was a bit more damage. It's 4 times weak to, what's it called? Groudon just face tanked that, what's it called? Oh my god. Let me grab these before it's all over. We agree that Frostlass isn't as bad as people make it out to be. Same with a lot of the new Megas. I like Mega Frostlass, genuinely. Like, I'm not even kidding. I actually really like Mega Frostlass. I think that they gave it a bad rap. Dang. Nah, I definitely think it gets a bad rap, most definitely. Okay, hopefully our Zygarde doesn't get one-shotted here. Because I need Zygarde to be able to Mega Evolve here. Oh shoot, it's about to die. Okay, hopefully this does a lot of damage. Yo, that did nothing. I need a donut that increases my HP, or sorry, increases my attack damage. No way Primal Groudon is hitting for like no damage. Dang, look at my Kyogre just eating that. Look, that does no damage. Okay, chat, I promise this is not the run. I promise this is not the run, chat. Bro, the fact that I also just can't, like, I can't poison these. I can't burn them. Like, bro, what are we doing? What's your favorite non-legendary Pokemon? Mine is simply Swampert, simply because it's my favorite ever partner, and he carried my whole team and didn't lose once. I would say that my favorite non-legendary would probably be either Dragapult or Empoleon. Just level up. My Pokemon's level 100 already, bro. That's the thing. They're all level 100. I need a better donut, though. That's the problem. But yeah, either Empoleon, and if not a starter or not legendary, then Dragapult. I'm a big Dragapult fan. I freaking love Dragapult. Okay, let me go over here first. I might need to use this Rosalie berry. Might have to use it and then use that. Not a bad donut, I guess. It's locked at 100, but the boss is 200. The donuts allow you to get higher of a level. They allow you to get a higher level. They temporarily make your Pokemon a higher level. But I need one that gives me an attack boost. Not a lot of donut energy though. That's the problem. Attack boost? Move power, special attack power? No, dude, we need to reroll that. Do 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 do. Can't think out of one. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that battle was actually kind of easy for me. I feel like if your Pokemon are level 100, then you're kind of chilling. Maybe even lower, actually. That clapping? What are you hearing? Okay. That should do the trick, hopefully. We need an attack boost. Attack boost is what we need. We need attack power level 3. Thought it was a low tier mega though. That's what I thought as well. I came across it by accident. Most deceiving 1-star ever, I'm saying. I'm telling you. Chat, I'm so excited for Pokopia, bro. Pokopia is gonna be so good. Who's this lady? Oh, okay. I got you. The donut, yeah. I didn't even realize my brain is being ignoring it now. Why did my music pause? All right, we need attack power level 3, man. Come on. Attack power level 3. Attack power level 2. We'll try it. We'll try attack power level 2. And then it boosts dark moves. I mean, I'll take it though. We'll try it. Where's our thingy? Is it gone because I lost? No way. That's insane. It's just gone now? Well, let's... Unidentified Megastone detected. Well, let's go see what the Megastone is. Then we can grab it. I don't think that's gonna help us stat-wise, but it should be fine. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's a Glycopod. We don't have the Glycopod Megastone yet, so this is good. Glycopod is what? Bug? Bug steel? Bug poison? Oh no, it must be a poison type, because it's immune to poison. Precipice Blades did absolutely nothing. Bro, chat, y'all know I played through the whole... I played the whole main story of this game without using heals during battles, not one time. I did absolutely nothing. I love it. That was easy. Alright, we got the Glycopod Megastone, so that's nice. Didn't have that before. Yeah, I never had it. What the? I didn't even realize either. I was like, unidentified Megastone. I thought I had the majority of them at least. Bro, how are we only at 22,000? I should be able to go another Megastone over there too, huh? But those only give me 1,500. Like, I'm really not even worried about those, to be honest. Nice talking to you, but I gotta go tuna fishing with my family. Wait, that sounds so fun. Have fun tuna fishing. What in the world? Bro, tuna are big fish. Good luck. Best of luck to you. Hope you have a good time. Alright, there's another one there. It's Bandit again. Oh my gosh, shit. I gotta do 10 of these. 10? Maybe this one will be easy like the last one. The Bandit one, I must say, it was pretty easy. I can't even lie. Where's my Absol? There you are. Where's the zone? Bro, chat, I'll never forget missing a shiny Esper, bro. So sad. So sad, dude. It's up there, right? It's gotta be. Yeah. I missed it because that's one of those Pokemon that like to run away. How do I even get over there? Oh, it powers up dark moves. It's perfect. That's exactly what I needed for this. This one's gonna be food, and then we'll be at like 32,000. This one is just so annoying because they be multiplying. Tell the difference? You can. You can. The health bar doesn't pop up on the right one, I don't think. I think that's how that works. That one is this one. I'm gonna have the purple swirls from the Mega Energy. That's the easiest way. Oh, I didn't realize that either. I did not realize that. I just be looking for the health bar. There you are. That is true. I never noticed it had that. Ominous Wind is so good. The Bandit one is too easy. Oh, it's immune to that though. Because it was in a cutscene. Okay, we're back to normal again. We're still hitting for a lot though. Gosh, there's 4 of them? Whoa. Alright, this should be the end of it. Where are you? There you are. Dang, that did so much damage. And that's the end. Very good. That's another 10K. Very nice. Very good, very nice. Shoot, chat. 32K, only running even halfway there. this off stream. I really just wanted to get to the part where we can shiny hunt the legendary swords and Latios and Latias, I think. But that's okay, because I can work on it off stream. Okay, we got another 10,000. More research. Mabel, what are you talking about? I already got the, what's it called? I already got the shiny charm, Mabel. I'm not worried about nothing you got going on. Let me save my game. And then... yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call it, chat, for the day. I got some videos to edit. And Pix is gonna go live in like 30 minutes. And I haven't got to talk to her all day. So I really appreciate everyone who came and hung out with me today. We had a huge yap session today, chat. That was really, really fun. Excellent yap session. I'm gonna come back and find some more information regarding the leaked sound typing, and we're gonna talk more about it, and we're gonna theory craft, and it's gonna be a great time. But yeah, keep your eye out on my second channel. I got a couple of videos coming on there, hopefully by tonight. And yeah, that's all I got. I love you guys, man. I'm gonna catch you on the next stream. Bye, chat. Silly as hell for that? For what? What I did? What did I do? But yeah, chat, I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. Bye-bye.